Good evening, everyone. People, good evening. Audio is clear. Okay, people watching at home, is the audio video clear to all of you? Quickly give me a heads up. Is the audio video clear to all of you? People watching at home. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Is the audio clear to all of you today? Audio is clear to all. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Jai Shri Krishna. Believer says Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna. Good evening, everyone. Quickly check audio is clear to all of you. Okay. Very good. Chalo, how many of you did question answers at home today? Right, question answers. How was doing question answers? You are able to recall everything. You are able to cover all the question answers. Sure. It means when we were revising, we covered everything which can come in your question answer book, right? Don't lie. How many of you actually did question answer? Hands up, everyone. Very good. People watching at home, I hope you guys have done some question answers. Practicing question answers after revision is very, very important. If supposingly in the revision we have covered 90% or 80%, or if I go ahead and say if revision is 50%, 50% is your question answer solving at home. The time you solve the question answers at home, your concept will get locked. If you are a student who is not going home and solving question answer, about 50% of your concept is done in class, but that 50% will evaporate by the time exam will come. You getting my point, everyone? And if you have done question answer, you would have realized this already, that yes, it is very beneficial to do question answers at home. Chalo, can we go ahead, everyone? Hey, who is this? Voice is not clear again. Where is my phone? Yes. Add. Can we go ahead, everyone? Hey, who is this? Hey, voice is not clear. Shetty, 100% voice is clear. Yes. Morning we have got it, checked everything. Don't lie. How many of you actually did question answer? Yeah, it's clear only. Very good. Chalo, we'll go ahead and start. Everyone settle down. Settle down quickly. Everyone settle down quickly. Quick. Quick. Chalo. Now, having done till chapter number 2, now we'll go ahead and move to the next chapter. The next chapter is which one, everyone? Charge of GST. But before moving to charge of GST chapter, I want to ask you guys, have you done question answers, everyone? Yes, if you have done it, very good. Let's move to the next chapter, charge of GST. Please come to your chart book, everyone. Charge of GST. Please come to charge of GST. Everyone over here now. Charge of GST. Let me go ahead and give you a quick linking first of all of the chapter. We started learning GST with goods or service. Goods or service has to be supply. Can you tell me supply section number 7 we learned and section number 8 we learned. Section number 7 told about supply. Section number 8 told about composite supply and mixed supply. Now we have when goods or services are supplied, supply can be either interstate supply. Supply can be either intrastate. If it is interstate supply, IGST will be levied. And if it is intrastate supply, CGST and SGST is levied. But I am not writing SGST because we don't learn the SGST Act. Now, CGST will be levied. Who told whenever goods or service will be supplied, intrastate CGST will be levied? Who told this? This is told by section number 9, which we are going to talk today. And sir, who told whenever goods or service will be supplied interstate, IGST will be levied? Who told this? This is being told by section number 5, which we are going to learn today. Now, when we go ahead and learn section number 9, we have section number 9.1, 9.2, not learn, revise everyone, 9.3, 9.4 and section number 9.5. Section number 9.1 goes ahead and says, total bakwas baba, nothing they are going to ask from section number 9.1, but section number 9.1 is a very important section which goes ahead and says, sir, whenever goods, services or both, goods, service or might be a combination of both, you go ahead and supply what? Intrastate, what will be levied? GST, but it will not be levied on what everyone? Alcoholic liquor for human consumption, and it will be levied on which value? Which we are going to learn in the chapter of value of supply. And sir, the maximum rate of GST will be how much everyone? 20%, and this rate will be actually notified by the government on the recommendation of council, and sir, it will be collected and paid by whom? Taxable person. So if I am a taxable person, I will collect and I will pay. From whom will I collect? Ultimate consumer, the bakra. Correct everyone? Now, section number 9.2 goes, so can you tell me here what did we learn? That alcoholic liquor for human consumption pe GST will not come. GST can't be levied. Then the next one over here is section number 9.2, which goes ahead and says, HP man, everyone with me. HP man is high speed diesel, petroleum crude, motor spirit, aviation turbine fuel, and on this 5 item, as of now there is no GST, but when will GST come? From the date which is notified. NGRC means what? Notified by government on recommendation of council. Now the most important part, your 5 to 7 marks will come from this section number 9.3. Section number 9.3 goes ahead and talks about some goods and some services on which you have to go ahead and pay GST under RCM. For goods we are not going to learn, but for services, on which services GST has to be paid under RCM, that they are going to test you in the exam. Either it will be a part of the big question or it can come as an individual question for 4 mark or 6 mark. Can we go ahead everyone? Chalo, let's go ahead and start learning about section number 9.3, RCM ka services which are there. Only see, forward charge anyways will come. Correct? But this particular services pe government told we will notify some services. What is reverse charge everyone? Who pays under reverse? Generally who pays? Supplier. I will supply, I will collect the GST and I will pay. But in reverse charge who pays everyone? Supplier will supply. Recipient has to pay GST under RCM. R for recipient, R for reverse charge. So reverse charge mein who pays? Recipient. Chalo, let's go ahead and talk about 9.3. The first service is GTA. Baba, GTA is what everyone? Goods Transport Agency. Now sir, GTA ka services mein they have gone ahead and told reverse charge will come. Now GTA ka services mein I will tell you everyone, you have to remember this. GTA can be 2 types of GTA. One is a GTA who is opting for forward charge mechanism. He is telling sir I will collect the GST and I will pay. And one is a GTA who is opting for what? Reverse charge. It means either he is unregistered or he says government I don't want to collect and pay. Are we clear everyone? We are talking about which GTA? Who is opted for what? RCM. Are we clear? And in that scenario, always the recipient has to pay GST under RCM at the rate of 5%. But in your exam, you have to be very careful. If they tell you that GTA has opted to pay GST under forward charge, then Baba don't say reverse charge will come. It means GTA only will collect and pay to the government. So GTA, which GTA everyone? Who is either unregistered or who has opted for reverse charge saying sir I don't want to collect and pay. In that scenario, who will pay everyone? Recipient. Now you have to see recipient can be a registered person under GST. Recipient can be a unregistered person under GST. Correct everyone? If GTA, listen everyone. First listen. As soon as sir starts writing, I also like to write. Baba, everything was written in the class only. Correct everyone? So you just listen now. If GTA is going ahead and providing services to a registered person, you have to see registered person if he is a TDS deductor. Do you remember TDS ka chapter? Government, central government, Department of Central Government, state government, local authority, governmental authority, they are TDS deductor. If they are registered as a TDS deductor, then Baba, remember one thing, there will be no GST payable under RCM. They don't have to pay GST under RCM. RCM is not applicable. Why sir? It is exempted. Under exemption chapter it is. So tell me one thing, I am a GTA. I have not opted for forward charge. It means recipient will pay GST under RCM. How much? Louder. 5%. Now when reverse charge me, you will pay. If supposingly you are central government ka department registered as TDS deductor, exempted. You don't have to pay GST under RCM. Okay, I will talk about other registered person. Can you tell me other registered person? NRTP, CTP, composition person. All these people who are there, all other normal registered person, all these people ka case mein, they have to pay GST under RCM at the rate of. Are we all 100% clear with this? Can I go ahead, everyone? So remember, GTA giving services to normal registered person, 5%. GTA giving services to TDS deductor, accepted. GTA giving services to unregistered person, now we are going to talk about. Everyone listen. Unregistered person mein, you have to go ahead and remember, unregistered person under GST. Unregistered person mein, you have to go ahead and remember that if unregistered person is FB scoop, 1 minute. Okay? F for factory, which is registered under the Factories Act. B for body corporate, means a company. S for society, which is registered under Societies Act. COO means cooperative society. P for partnership firm. Now, partnership firm can be registered, it can be unregistered. Partnership firm can include limited liability partnership, and it will also include association of person. Are we clear, everyone? Remember, who will pay the GST under RCM? These people will pay GST under. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, my question to you is, if unregistered person is a unregistered casual taxable person or unregistered person under GST, but other unregistered person other than these people, remember one thing. If it is unregistered person under GST, any other person other than this, what will happen? It will be exempt. That's all, everyone. Tell me one thing. Everyone over here, GTA giving services to a registered person, TDS deductor, louder. Exempt. GTA giving services to a registered person, others, RCM 5%. GTA giving services to registered person, okay, unregistered person. FB scoop, RCM. FB scoop is factory, body corporate, society, cooperative society, partnership firm. Partnership firm can be registered partnership firm, unregistered partnership firm, LLP and AOP. Then what will happen? RCM. Other registered, unregistered person like CTP, any CTP unregistered, anyone unregistered, then over, everyone. Please remember this point. Okay, everyone. Can I go ahead? Now, this, see over here. What it is told? GTA ka case mein, people listen. GTA giving services to unregistered person who is factory, body corporate, society, all these people. Then what will happen? See, RCM will come. Here, RCM will come. GTA giving services to a registered person, RCM will come. Correct? But I put a star over here if he is a RCM not applicable if they are a TDS deductor. Can I go ahead, everyone? You don't have to remember so much also. You can remember the point which I have gone ahead and written over here. 1 minute. This is fine only. Hey, naughty boy. You. During the class, so many things are happening because we are trying to do something good. Correct? No? I want everyone in this class this time should get 50 out of 50. Now it is working. Everyone over here, see, whenever you are trying to do something good, there are a lot of things which will stop you. First they stop, but we will not stop. Can we go ahead, everyone? Everyone over here. We are done with this. But remember, GTA case mein reverse charge will not be applicable when? If supplier has taken registration, GTA has taken registration and it is opting to pay GST under forward charge mechanism and it is issuing a tax invoice charging GST. If I am a GTA, I have taken registration and I am issuing an invoice charging 12% or 5% under forward charge. Will you pay under reverse charge or forward charge? Are we clear of everyone? And I will also make a declaration on the invoice issued by me that I am charging you GST, you don't pay under RCM. Is GTA clear to all of you? People watching at home, are we all 100% clear? Yes, let's go ahead. The next one over here is advocate. Advocate ke liye, I want you to come to the advocate wala chart which is there in exemption chapter. Advocate and arbitral tribunal. Advocate and arbitral tribunal. Please come to the chart on advocate and arbitral tribunal. Everyone over here now. I have written over here arbitral tribunal. I have written over here advocate, firm of advocate, individual as advocate or senior advocate. Listen to me very carefully. I am teaching you exemption also. I am teaching you RCM also. Now, if supposingly there is a arbitral tribunal, people, can you tell me what one tribunal we have already understood? Tribunal established under law. Their services neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Do you remember? This is the arbitral tribunal. This is not a tribunal established under law. It is a private arbitral tribunal. Are we clear, everyone? Now, arbitral tribunal are those tribunals which are not established under law. These are private tribunals. Are we clear, everyone? So whenever two people will fight, no, they will solve their problem, saying, hey, you are right, you are wrong. Okay, everyone? Now, arbitral tribunal ka case mein, if arbitral tribunal is giving services to a person other than business entity, exempt. For an example, husband and wife fought. ठीक है? I forgot your name. Huh? Viresh and his wife fought. Now, when Viresh and his wife fought, Viresh is telling, she hits me every day. Wife is telling, no, he is not giving money at home only. That is why I am hitting him every day. Now, in this scenario, they will go to an arbitral tribunal to sort out the problem. Now, that arbitral tribunal giving them services, if they have to pay GST under RCM, do you remember they have to take compulsory registration? Who will take registration? So, government told, exempt. Now, if arbitral tribunal is giving services to a business entity whose last year turnover is less than registration limit, then also exempt. If arbitral tribunal is giving services to a business entity whose last year, you have to see, last year ka turnover is more than registration limit, then what will happen? Then only RCM will come. If they are giving services to central government, state government, union territory, local authority, governmental authority or governmental entity, then also it will be exempt. I have written the meaning of governmental authority and governmental entity. It is for you to read at home. Okay, everyone got it? Can we go ahead? Chalo. Next. Tell me one thing. Advocate giving service, arbitral tribunal giving services to other than business entity. Who is a business entity? Who is doing business? Can we go ahead, everyone? Now, if it is giving services to a person other than business entity, exempt. Giving to a business entity whose last year turnover is less than registration limit. You know, no registration limit, some state 40, some state 20, some state 10. Yes. Last year turnover more than registration limit. This year you have to pay RCM. And sir, if it is government, exempt. Now, same thing over here, advocate. Advocate ka case mein you have to remember one thing. If advocate is going ahead and giving services to another advocate or firm of advocate, brothers, then Baba always exempt. Rest all things same. Advocate giving services to a person other than business entity, exempt. Giving services to a person, business entity whose last year turnover is less than registration limit, exempt. Last year turnover more than registration limit, RCM. Government, exempt. Again, senior advocate, people giving services to a business other than business entity. For an example, one person wanted senior advocate ka service for his family dispute, taxable or exempt? Business entity whose last year turnover is less than registration limit, business entity with last year turnover more than registration limit. This year you have to pay under. Next, so this year ka turnover don't see the last year ka turnover. Whenever in your question you see legal services received from advocate, legal services received from arbitral tribunal, remember this chart. Sir told only where the business entity whose last year turnover is more than registration limit will pay GST under RCM. And if giving to government, exempt. Are we clear, everyone? Crux is what, everyone? Final story is arbitral tribunal, advocate or senior advocate giving services to a business entity whose last year turnover is more than, louder, then it will come under RCM. Otherwise, exempted. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, this down wala paragraphs which are there are just for you to read at home. Please come back, everyone. Please come back to our RCM. Please come back to RCM. People watching at home, I am not able to understand if I am audible and you guys are enjoying. Please give me a heads up so that I know you guys are there quickly. Everyone over here, advocate, firm of advocate, senior advocate or arbitral tribunal giving services to whom? Business entity which is in the taxable territory, which is taxable territory, India, and whose last year turnover is more than registration limit, then only RCM will come. The next one over here is sponsorship services. Sponsorship services. For an example, I went ahead and told one company that I will go ahead. You give me 10 lakh rupees and I will associate your name along with the event which I am organizing. Are we clear, everyone? Yes, everyone. So for an example, Tata's ko I went ahead and told we are organizing IPL. If you give us 1 crore rupees along with IPL, we'll associate the name what? Tata IPL. Are we clear? So in this scenario, Tata is giving us money and we are giving them sponsorship service. Students get confused. Remember, the person who is paying this amount is the recipient of the service. Now, if Tata is giving me money, is Tata a body corporate? Body corporate means company, or it's a partnership firm. Remember, partnership firm includes LLP. They have to pay GST under RCM. Can I go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is central government, state government ka services. People over here, listen. This government related 5 and 5A which is there. Central government, state government, union territory, local authority. Central government, state government. Again, for this, I want you guys to come where? In your exemption wala chart. Please come to your exemption ka chart, everyone. Please come to your exemption ka chart. Everyone over here now. See, central government, state government, union territory or local authority. Central government, state government, government wala chart in your exemption. Everyone got it? If they are going ahead and giving services, people, government ka department is Department of Post. You know post office. Whose department? Government ka department. Post office going ahead and giving PIBO services. What is PIBO? Everyone with me? Postcard, inland letter, book post, ordinary post. Ordinary post means where the envelope ka weight is less than, it is always exempt. But if post office is going ahead and giving other services, speed post, agency service, life insurance, express parcel or any other service also, other than PIBO, then it will be GST under. See, government giving services to a business entity, RCM will come, they told. But then they have gone ahead and told for some services, RCM will not come. Which are the service? PAIT. What are the 4 service? PAIT. Can I go ahead, everyone? P for post ka service. People, tell me one thing. Government ka postal department giving services to business entity, non-business entity. Remember, PIBO service always exempt. Other than PIBO services, forward charge or reverse charge? Forward charge mechanism. The next one over here is PA. A for aircraft or vessel related service. So whenever one aircraft comes in a government ka airport, for an example, government will go ahead and provide services to the aircraft, land over here, that air traffic control ka services. Always remember, GST will come under forward charge mechanism. Services given to an aircraft, P for postal department services, A for aircraft or vessel ko if services are given, always forward charge mechanism. Then I for immovable property. If government is going ahead and renting you an immovable property, government is renting you a immovable property. If you are a registered person, you will go ahead and give GST under. If you are an unregistered person, government will charge you GST under forward charge. But remember, if it is up to 5,000 rupees per annum, the rent is up to per annum, means it should be monthly, some 500, not even 500 rupees. Are you getting my point? Then it will be exempt. If it is per annum, how much? 5,000 rupees. Total full year ka rent. You getting my point, everyone? Next. PAI immovable property. Again, I'll give you one more, okay? PAI, you understood, right? This year ka amendment is Indian Railways. PAIIT it will become. I for Indian Railways. Indian Railways. You know Indian Railway, everyone? If Indian Railways is giving any service, GST will come under forward charge mechanism. Please write over here I for Indian Railways. It is also known as Ministry of Railways or Indian Railways. Indian Railways ka services pe what will come, everyone? Forward charge mechanism. Indian Railways going ahead and giving any services, what will happen, everyone? Forward charge mechanism. This point will come in the exam. Please remember, Ministry of Railways. It is also known as Ministry of Railways. Short form is what, everyone? Indian Railways. Indian Railways ka services pe what will come? Forward charge. And the last one is transportation services, whether goods or passenger. Whenever government is giving transportation services, always what will come, everyone? GST will come under forward charge. Everyone over here, tell me one thing. Government ka services. One I told you post. A for aircraft or vessel related service. I for immovable property. T for PAII. T. ठीक है. Post में I told you PIBO. What will happen? Exempt. Others what will happen? GST will come under forward charge. A for aircraft or vessel ko if services are given in a port or airport, forward charge mechanism. Immovable property. Registered person. Unregistered person ko if government is giving, FCM. I for Indian Railway, FCM. T for transportation of goods or passenger if government is doing, forward charge. Other than this, now everyone, now we are going to learn RCM entry. Other than this, other than PAIIT, if services are given to a business entity, Non-business entity means supposingly, Baba, police department, they are giving you security. Yes or no? Non-business entity ko if any services are given by the government, GST will always be exempt. Remember, government giving other than PIT service, any service to non-business entity. You guys are non-business entity. Can I go ahead and Viresh went and told to the police, my wife is hitting me every day. I want one police officer outside my room only. Now they send one police officer. They charge him 500 rupees per month. They will not charge him GST because he is a non-business entity. But supposingly I am a business entity. I told I want one police officer outside my office because some goons are coming, gundas are coming and disturbing. Then in that scenario, remember, GST will come under. But then also government went ahead and told you have to pay GST. So police department gave me the services. My turnover is less than registration limit, then it will be exempt. I don't have to pay any GST under RCM. But if police department went ahead and gave me services and I am a business entity whose last year turnover is more than, then I have to pay GST under. But I should have paid more than, only then RCM will come, otherwise it will be. So can I say PAIIT you already know. Other than this, if government is giving any services to a business entity, which business entity everyone? Whose turnover is more than registration limit plus the amount charged is more than, then I have to pay GST under RCM. Are we clear everyone? Can I go ahead? My question to all of you, Red Chillies Entertainment, Shah Rukh Khan ka company, Shah Rukh Khan ke liye, they told police department ko to provide security. Police department provided security. Red Chillies Entertainment is a business entity whose turnover in the last year is more than registration limit. Amount paid 50,000. Do I have to pay GST under RCM? Yes. Over everyone. Got it. Chalo, let's go ahead. Please come back. Now this other government wala services we'll learn later. I'll come back to our RCM ka entries. Please come back. Come back quickly everyone. People watching at home, are we all 100% clear? 170 people, 175 people, wait, 29 likes in the class. Shameless. Everyone over here now. See, okay, everyone, people, central government, state government, union territory, local authority, other than PAIIT it is now. Giving to a business entity whose last year turnover is more than, plus the amount charged is more than, then only GST will come under RCM. Are we all clear with this point? And central government, state government, union territory or local authority giving renting of immovable property to registered business entity, then also RCM will come. Anyways, you know about immovable property, right? Can I? Here only I covered immovable property. Can we go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is, people listen to me very carefully. I have a house. One business entity went ahead and told me, I want the house on rent, sir. Please give it to me. For my employees or for my directors, I want you to give the house on rent. If I give the house on rent to a business entity, basically who is a registered person, then they will pay GST under. For an example, we for our employees went ahead and told one person, sir, give your house on rent, our employees will stay. And the amount is shown as a business expense in my books of account. Then we have to pay that RCM on that amount. Are we clear, everyone? So if any person is renting residential dwelling, to whom? Registered person has to pay GST under RCM. But tell me one thing, one person has rent out the house to me. I am a registered person, but I am using that house for my personal staying purpose, not showing it as business expense. Do I have to pay GST under RCM? No, only if it is shown as my business expense, then I have to go ahead and show. Because, don't I have a personal life? Will I not take a house on rent? I am a registered person under GST. Are you guys all clear with this point? Remember, anyone renting residential property to a registered person who is using it and showing it in the business as an expense, then he have to pay GST under RCM. But if I have taken it for my personal purpose, although I am a registered person, not showing it as my business expense, then do I have to pay GST under RCM? Can I go ahead, everyone? Chalo, next. 5B and 5C not required, everyone. This time when I saw the ICA material, they have removed it. So you guys can ignore it. Can I go ahead, everyone? Please come to the next one. The next one over here is director ka services. Baba, director going ahead and giving services to a company or body corporate, who will pay? Director went ahead and gave services to a company or body corporate. Company or body corporate will pay the GST under RCM. The next one over here is, 1 minute, everyone. Okay. Now here there are two circulars. Let's go ahead and refer the circular in the next page. Please come to the next page, everyone. Everyone over here. Director का case में you have to remember there are two types of director. One is an independent director and one is a whole-time director. Independent directors are not the employees of the company. So if I am a director in a company and I am an independent director, I am not a employee. Are we clear, everyone? Independent director is not an employee. Always remember GST will be payable. So if I am an independent director, I give services to the company. Who will pay the GST? Company being the recipient will pay GST under RCM. But remember, whole-time director can be an employee also. I am a director in a company, an employee. Baba, employer-employee relationship, neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Do you think company has to pay GST under RCM? No. So if I am an employee, company has paid me salary and company has deducted TDS under section number 192 of the Income Tax Act. Anyways, employer-employee relationship, neither supply of goods nor supply of service, no supply, no GST. Are we clear? But I am a whole-time director in a company. Company has paid me an amount, not, and I've given some services, not in the capacity of a director. Might be outside my employment contract, company wanted some help. I went ahead and gave them that help and they paid me some professional fees. Will GST be payable by company? Yes. So Baba, remember, if I am not an employee and I am paid professional fees and TDS is deducted under 194 J of the Income Tax Act, then company has to pay GST under RCM. People, director, tell me. Director. I am an independent director giving services to company. Who will pay? Louder. RCM. I am a director in a company. I am a director in a company, whole-time director, and I am an employee. Who will pay the GST? No GST. I am a director, whole-time director. I have given some services to the company and company has paid me professional fees on which TDS under 194J is done. Company has to pay on that amount GST under RCM. Are we all clear? Yes, sir. Now, over here, everyone, there is one more circular which has come. The amendment part over here. I am sure director ka 1 point you will see in the exam. 99% sure. Okay, everyone. Now, everyone over here. Now, services supplied by director to in his personal capacity to the company or body corporate. Tell me one thing. I am a director in a company. For my directorial services, company will pay GST under RCM. Now, what happened? Supposingly, I have one building. I have one building which is there, a commercial building. The company told me, sir, give us your building on rent. I gave the building on rent to them. On the building ka rent, the commercial building which is there, will the company has to pay GST under RCM? It is the director ka services on which the company has to pay GST under RCM. I have a building, I gave it on rent to the company. Will the company have to pay GST under RCM? No. Are we clear? So it is, did you guys get this point, everyone? What they are telling over here, services supplied by director of a company to the company in his personal or private capacity, such as renting of immovable property, no tax under RCM. Only services supplied in the capacity of a director to that company, body corporate, tax will be payable under RCM. I want to go ahead and ask you guys one thing, okay? I am a director in a company. I have a residential property. Residential property. Company wanted that residential property on rent. Company is a registered person. Where? It will not come here, but it will be covered here. I am a person. I gave residential dwelling to a registered person. Registered person will pay GST under. Did you guys get it? But what they are trying to tell over here, only director ka services pay company has to pay GST under RCM. For an example, I am a director in a company. Not director ka service. Any other service if I give to the company, not director related service, might be a commercial property rented to the company. Will the company have to pay GST under RCM? Required, not required? Not required. Are we clear, everyone? Did you guys get this point, everyone? Sure? Can I go ahead? Chalo, next. Insurance agent. Both the circulars are clear to all? Louder. 100%. Sure, chalo. Now, insurance agent giving services to an insurance company. Insurance agent gave services to an insurance company. Insurance company has to pay GST under RCM. Recovery agent. Arey Baba, recovery. You know recovery. I love drawing. I will draw recovery agent. Okay, everyone. You know now our recovery agent. I miss drawing recovery agent. Baba, in practical life, they are good people. Okay. This is cigarette, Baba. Only for classroom purpose. Everyone over here now. Because I drew him red. So here I had to draw blue. Okay. People over here. Now, practically talking, they are very good people. Come in suit boot. Okay, don't take it. Someone might be like, sir, how are you drawing recovery agent like this? I love drawing. Everyone over here now. Now, supposing me this is a recovery agent. Recovery agent giving services to whom? Bank, financial institution, NBFC. They will have to pay GST under. Government told recovery agent gave services to bank. Bank say he will take GST. Do you think government can recover GST from recovery? Recovery say recovery is not possible, Baba, and hence government went ahead and told who will pay the GST? Bank, financial institution, or NBFC will pay GST under. I will ask you one question. I am a recovery agent. I am giving services to a car dealer. Will RCM come? Car dealer has to pay GST under RCM, or I will only have to collect and pay? Recovery agent only has to collect and pay. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Music composer giving services to music company. He will compose one music and he'll allow the music company to use. Music company will pay GST under RCM. Photographer, artist, when they are giving services to producers, so like basically what these photographers etc. do know, they transfer or permit the use or enjoyment of a copyright. Photograph pay, my copyright is there. If I am allowing someone to use it. Music pay, my copyright is there. If I am allowing someone to use it, they will pay GST under RCM. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, the next one is author. Papa, people, listen to me very carefully. I am an author. I am unregistered and I don't want to pay GST under RCM. I don't want to pay GST under forward charge. It means supposingly, I've written one book and I gave it to one person, publisher. I told you can publish my book. He gave me 10 lakh rupees. Are we clear? Publisher will pay the GST under. Who will pay, everyone? But authors have one option. Very, very important. Please remember. What is the option authors have? If author wants, author can take registration. Author giving services to publisher, who will pay the GST, everyone? Publisher will pay the GST under RCM. But can the author go ahead and pay GST under forward charge, everyone? Author can take registration. 2 times asked in the exam. Good question can come. 1 or 2 times they have gone ahead and asked. Plus, he has filed a declaration that he exercises to pay the GST under. He has to go online and file a declaration that, sir, I want to pay GST under. And sir, I will comply with all the provisions. See, recipient had to go ahead and pay GST under RCM. No, his compliances also I will do, sir. I am the author. I gave the service. I will only collect GST and pay. This declaration you have to give as they are. And he is telling, see, he has taken registration. First of all, I am the author. Author ka case mein generally who pays the GST, everyone? Louder. But can the author pay GST under forward charge? But he has to file a declaration that he exercises to pay GST under and he comply with all the provision as they are applicable to a person liable to pay tax. It means how the GST provisions are applicable to recipient. Now it will be applicable to him. And he shall not withdraw the said option within a period of 1 year. At least 1 year ke liye he have to pay GST under forward charge. Next year, if he wants, he can say, sir, I don't want to pay under forward charge. Let the recipient only pay. And sir, when you are giving the invoice to the recipient, no, publisher will always pay GST under RCM. So in your invoice, you write and give, sir, please don't pay the GST under RCM. I will collect under forward charge. Are we clear, everyone? Please remember this paragraph, very, very important. Can I go ahead? People, tell me one thing. Insurance agent giving services to insurance company, who will pay GST under? Recovery agent giving services to car dealer, forward charge. Can I go ahead, everyone? Recovery agent giving services to coaching institute. Students are not giving fees. FCM, RCM is not there. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Music composer, photographer giving services to music company and producers. RCM. Authors giving services to publisher. But there is an option for forward charge also. Next. Members of overseeing committee. Baba, RBI created one overseeing committee to oversee the work of the bank. Now, this overseeing committee have members giving services to RBI. Who will pay GST under RCM? RBI has to pay GST under RCM. Direct selling agent, individual giving services. Now, I am a direct selling agent of the bank. Bank appointed me and told you find bakras who want loan. Sell them the loan. We will give them the loan and you will get commission. You getting my point, everyone? So, what do I do for the bank? Finding out bakras who will take loan. So, I am a direct selling agent of the bank. Baba, bakra is only for classroom purpose. Okay? Now just imagine somebody went home and told, Papa, you are a direct selling agent. Sir told, bakra, you are finding out bakra. No, only for classroom purpose I am telling. Okay, everyone, so that you remember. Everyone over here now. Direct selling agent, individual. Okay? If he is giving services to bank or NBFC, he has to pay GST under Who will pay? Bank, not he. Bank has to pay GST under. I am a direct selling agent. I am a direct selling agent, not of a bank or NBFC. Any other direct selling agents? FCM. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Business facilitator giving services to banking company, agent of business correspondent giving services to business correspondent. Everyone over here now, quickly remember this. Now here there is a business facilitator, here there is a business correspondent. People, what is a business facilitator? A business facilitator is a person who goes and tells about the banking services to people. That's, you know what, you can deposit money in the bank, you can do this in the bank, you can do that in the bank. All those things they go ahead and tell to the people. Okay, everyone, what do business correspondent do? Along with giving knowledge about banking services, they also go ahead and do some transaction. You want to deposit some money, you give it to me, I will deposit on your behalf. You want to withdraw some money, I will withdraw and give it to you. Business facilitator only gives knowledge about banking services to people. Business correspondent also do some transactions. Are we clear, everyone? Now here there is a business facilitator, here there is a business correspondent. Can they have agents also? Might be they have to go to villages, so they don't want to go, they can appoint some more agents under them. So these people will give them service and they will give services to whom? Bank. These people will, this is an intermediary. Intermediary means what, everyone? Agent. Can I go ahead and say agent? He is an agent of business facilitator and there is an agent of business correspondent. And business correspondent giving services to whom? Bank. People, remember this now. Everyone, what they are telling, if business facilitator is giving services to whom? Bank. Who will pay GST? RCM will come. Bank has to pay GST under. Are we clear? And they are telling whenever agent of a business correspondent is giving services to business correspondent, that time what will happen? Who will pay? Business correspondent has to pay GST under. Are we clear, everyone? Can I go ahead? Sir, what about this agent of business facilitator giving to business facilitator when there is no RCM? What will happen? What will happen? Who will charge? Agent giving services. Agent will only collect and pay. Yes, everyone? The forward charge mechanism will apply. Here, business correspondent giving to bank. If there is no RCM, what will happen? Forward charge. He will only have to collect and he will only have to pay under. Are we clear, everyone? Can we go ahead? Is this point clear to all? Listen again, everyone. What they are telling? Business facilitator giving to banking company. Business facilitator giving to banking company. Banking company will pay under. Is this point clear? Next, agent of business correspondent giving to business correspondent. Agent of business correspondent giving to business correspondent. Business correspondent will pay under. What about the other two? FCM. Are we clear? You can remember it like this. Business facilitator, when he is giving services to bank, bank gives. So he is no tension. Business facilitator, agent giving him service, agent will only collect and pay. So he is always free, no tension. Business facilitator has no tension. When he is giving services to bank, what will happen? Bank will pay. When he is taking services from agent, agent will only collect and pay. So he has no tensions. But correspondent is always taxi. Agent giving him service, he has to pay under RCM. He is giving to bank, he has to collect and pay. Are we clear, everyone? Is my point 100% clear to all? Can I go ahead? Louder. Facilitator is always free, no tension. And here he is always, when agent, louder. Business correspondent ka agent gave him services. RCM he has to pay. When he gives services to bank, he has to collect and pay. Are we clear, everyone? Now, you know what? I'll tell you one thing. If business facilitator or business correspondent or their agents are giving services in rural area, where, everyone? Rural area, all exempt. No forward charge, no reverse charge, all exempt. People, louder. You have to remember this for exam. Business facilitator, business correspondent, agent giving services with respect to rural area branches. No forward, no reverse, all exempt. Can I go ahead, everyone? Today when you go home and solve question answers, you will see this point. Don't forget. Chalo, let's go ahead. Now, security guard. People, security personnel. Securities, supply of security personnel. Any person other than a body corporate giving to a registered person. Supposingly, Viresh went ahead and he became a celebrity. He told, sir, I want bodyguards around me. I went ahead and gave him bodyguards. Are we clear, everyone? So remember, any person but not a body corporate. I should not be a company. I should not be a... I went ahead and gave you security guards. You are a registered person. You paid me 50,000 rupees. Remember, you have to pay GST under. But if I am a body corporate and if I go ahead and give you service, will RCM come or forward charge? Remember, security guards by any person other than a company giving to a registered person has to pay GST and R. But here there is a point over here. TDS deductor and composition dealer का case में RCM will not come. चलो, I'll tell you the conclusion. Any person other than body corporate. First of all, you have to see he should not be a company, supplier. Giving services to TDS deductor. Giving services to composition dealer. And giving services to other registered person. Chalo, now tell me one thing. Giving services to TDS deductor, what will happen? RCM or forward charge? Forward charge. Composition dealer. Giving to other registered person. Over story, everyone. Will you remember this point? Chalo. Now, so it says this RCM is not applicable whenever given services to whom? TDS deductor or composition dealer. The next one over here is point number 15, which goes ahead and talks about renting of motor vehicle which is designed to carry passenger. First of all, I should not be renting out a truck. I should be renting out a passenger vehicle where fuel cost is included in the consideration charge. So for an example, I have a taxi with me or I have a car with me. Okay? And I told I will give you the car on rent. Fuel cost is mine. I will charge you 10 rupees per kilometer. If I am any person other than, and I should not be charging how much, everyone? 12%. Because if I am charging 12%, I have to pay GST under forward charge. Are we clear, everyone? Then who will pay GST under RCM? Body corporate. People, who am I? First of all, supplier. Any person but not a body. And I should not be charging how much? It means when I am issuing the invoice, I can either charge 5% or I might be going ahead and giving bill of supply. I am a composition dealer. Or I might be an unregistered person, no invoice only. Are you guys able to understand? So what they are going ahead and telling, any person other than body corporate, and who is not charging how much, everyone? Because if I am charging 12%, then forward charge. Any person other than body corporate, whenever he is issuing the invoice, either he issued the invoice, he did not issue the invoice. Remember, who will pay the GST? Recipient, body corporate. If he is the body corporate, then they have to pay GST under. So first point, remember, any person other than body corporate. Number 2, 12% ka invoice should not be given. Number 3, given to whom? Then only RCM will come. Can I go ahead, everyone? Today, going home, in your textbook, version 5 or version 6, you will see examples are also there. 4-5 examples I have given. You have to do that. Done, everyone? Chalo. Let's go ahead, everyone. The next one. Okay. Circular is there. Let's do the circular in the next page, everyone. GST on renting of motor vehicle. Please come to the next circular. GST on renting of motor vehicle. Louder. Everyone over here. GST on renting of motor vehicle designed to carry passenger given to a body corporate. Everyone over here now. GST on renting of motor vehicle designed to carry passenger. People, motor vehicle designed to carry passenger given to a body corporate. Now listen to me very carefully. I went ahead and gave my vehicle to a body corporate. I told you want to transport your employees. You put your employees in the motor vehicle, send them wherever you want. It is at your discretion. In that scenario, RCM will come. Are we clear? Supposingly, I am running one vehicle. You told, and my vehicle goes from Bangalore to Mysore. I told you want to send your employee. You put your employees in my vehicle, and I will take them to Mysore. In that scenario, have I rented out my motor vehicle to the company, or I have just given them passenger transportation service? In that scenario, RCM will not come. Are we clear? So remember one thing, where body corporate hires a motor vehicle, I gave it to them and I told you do whatever you want. For a period during which motor vehicle is at their disposal, they can send their employees, they can go wherever they want. That is, in that scenario, RCM will come. Are we clear, everyone? But where body corporate means the company is just availing passenger transportation service for a specific journey and do not take it on, then Baba, RCM will not come. Is my point clear to all? I'll ask you one question. I am running one motor vehicle. I have a bus over here. I went and told a company told me, you have to take all my employees to Coorg. I told 100 rupees per employee and 10 tickets they bought. Am I giving them passenger transportation service or renting a motor vehicle? Passenger transportation. Will they have to pay GST under RCM, or I will only charge under forward charge? I will charge under forward charge. Will you remember the circular, everyone? Let's go ahead. Please come back. The next one over here is services of lending of securities. Everyone over here. Now, lending of securities may, what will happen? One intermediary will be there. People, lending of securities does not mean selling of securities. Selling of securities pe to GST is not there only. Lending of securities means giving your securities on lend. Lend means rent. You wanted it for some time, I gave it to you, you return it to me after some time. Are we clear? So here there will be always a lender. Here there will be always a borrower. I went ahead and told this lender, you give me your securities on rent. Are we clear? Might be you have 100 shares of Infosys, you give it to me for 6 months. I will return it to you after 6 months. This 100 shares, I will return it to you after 6 months. Plus, I will give you 500 rupees as fees, lending fees. Because you have given me your shares for 6 months, no. When I return you the shares, I will give you how much? 500 rupees. On this 500 rupees, who will pay the GST? Borrower has to pay the GST under. Has he given me a service? Who is the recipient? Borrower or lender? Borrower will have to pay on the lending fees GST under RCM. Am I clear to all? Can we go ahead, everyone? We are done with your RCM entries. People, tell me one thing. Congratulations, we are done with our 5 to 7 marks for the exam. Now, how will you remember all the RCM entries? You have to remember diagrams. D-I-A-G-R-A-M-S. Diagrams. People, what a diagram. Correct, everyone? Chalo, diagrams ka full form you have to tell me. Diagrams ka full form. D for? No. First of all, number 1 was GTA ka service. Correct, everyone? Hey, you don't see here and there. You see here. GTA ka service, everyone. Correct? What will happen? Okay. GTA ka service, what will happen, everyone? With GTA, 5% or 12% forward charge? Louder! 5%. GTA ka service done. The next one was what? Arbitral tribunal, advocate ka service. You will remember RCM will come. The next one was which one? S for sponsorship service. Who will pay the GST under RCM? Body corporate or partnership? Firm. Can I go ahead, everyone? Tell me one thing. Sponsorship services given to proprietorship firm. Remember, in the exam, no, people don't see proprietorship and partnership में difference. You have to be careful. Given to partnership firm, forward charge. Given to proprietorship, then what will happen? FCM. Partnership, then? I did not say anything wrong, no? You understood, no? ठीक है. Next one. Now you have understood, right? The next one. Louder, quick. After sponsorship, G for genius, government. Over here, we understood government. The next one. Both the government ka services done. After that, director. D for director, D for director. After that, everyone. Insurance agent. Then we learned about R for recovery agent. Then we learned about agent of. These two are done. Music composer and photographer. No. So you write M for music composer, photographer, and here A for author. The next one, everyone. M for members of overseeing committee. M for members of overseeing committee. Then what is the next one? Direct selling agent. D for direct selling agent. The next one, everyone. Baba, direct selling agent who is an individual. Are we clear? Then business facilitator. Here I will write agent of business correspondent, and remember business facilitator also. Correct, everyone? Then the next one, security services. Renting of motor vehicle. And the last one was what? Securities lending. Okay, everyone? Please write this down and stick besides the place where you do brush every day morning. No, you will read every day. Are you guys able to understand? When you are doing your brushing your tooth every day, stick it besides so that you can remember all of them. Are we clear? 7 marks in the pocket without spending more time. Can we go ahead, everyone? Chalo, please come back, everyone. Now, section number 9.4, which is there, not important at all from the exam point of view. They have never asked this in the exam. But still, unregistered person, whenever he is giving services to a specified registered person will have to pay GST under RCM. Number 1, input and input services, whenever it is given to promoter and it is below 80%. So for an example, input and input services are taken by a promoter for making a building. 10 lakh rupees ka building he is making. At least 80% he should buy from registered person. It means 8 lakh rupees ka input and input services he should buy from registered person. If supposingly he bought only 7 lakh ka input and input services from registered person, how much is the shortfall? See, 10 lakh say at least 80% services he should input and input services. All that cement, no, sand, stone, etc. he should buy from whom? Registered person. If supposingly he bought only 7 lakh input and input services from registered person, difference is how much? On that, promoter has to pay. Promoter means real estate developer who is making the building, he has to pay GST under RCM. Cement, if he is buying from unregistered person. Real estate, Baba who is making buildings, they have to pay GST under RCM. Capital goods, I wanted one machine and I am a real estate developer, I have to pay GST under. If I bought the machine from whom? Unregistered person. Not very important from exam point of view. Please come to section number 9.5. Everyone over here. I taught you section number 9, section number 9.1. People, normal levy. Section number 9.2. HP man. 9.3 everyone. RCM on what? Diagrams. 9.4 is total bakwas. Section number 9.5 is the most important part. They are going ahead and talking about e-commerce operator. Please come to section number 9.5 everyone. I'll give you 2 minutes to talk to each other and then I'll go ahead. People watching at home, are we all 100% clear till here? Hey, don't go here and there. 2 minutes only. I'll continue then. People watching at home, audio clear to all. Everything is going good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chalo, we'll go ahead everyone. We'll go ahead. People watching at home, all clear? Can we go ahead? Chalo, let's go ahead everyone over here now. Now, the next one we have is section number 9.5. Section number 9.5 goes ahead and talks about some services where government went ahead and told government will make whom liable everyone? E-commerce operator. Government will make whom liable? E-commerce operator. And the 4 services are: number 1, transportation of passenger; number 2, THAR service, transportation of passenger; housekeeping services; accommodation and restaurant. Correct? All the 4 services are told over here. I have gone ahead and drawn one chart so that we can quickly go ahead and understand. Everyone over here. First of all, transportation of passenger. Supposingly you went to Ola, Ola directed it to a driver and he went ahead and gave you the service. In this case, government saw supplier and recipient will not go ahead and pay GST. Supplier is telling he will not pay under forward charge. Recipient is telling, hey, you will pay. Will you pay GST under RCM taking registration? Government thought better is to catch whose neck? E-commerce. And government told e-commerce, you should collect the GST and pay GST under RCM. Are we clear with this point, everyone? So whenever transportation of passengers, people over here, whenever transportation of passengers is done by radio taxi, Ola, Uber, etc., motor or maxi cab, motorcycle, Rapido is there, motorcycle, or omnibus, you have to cut over here because omnibus ka new entry has come. Amendment, I'll tell you about that. Omnibus you have to cut over here, or any other motor vehicle. Any other motor vehicle can be metered cab, auto rickshaw, e-rickshaw, whenever you book through Ola, Uber, etc., who will pay the GST, everyone? E-commerce. Always remember one thing. Always remember one thing. First service, transportation services. Oh, 1 minute, everyone. Oh no, oh no. Where is the chart running? Just a minute, everyone. So transportation done, everyone. Always remember one thing, transportation of passenger का केस में who will always pay the GST? Who will pay? Always e-commerce operator will pay the GST. Are we clear, everyone? Remember one thing, whether supply is registered, supply is unregistered, doesn't matter. Can we go ahead, everyone? Second services is H for housekeeping service. Baba, housekeeping service like plumber, electrician ka services. Always remember in this scenario. So for an example, what is the issue today? ठीक है. Supposingly, this is one student. He's taking a shower for class. Suddenly the shower stopped. Now he went to Urban Clap. Urban Clap directed to a plumber. Plumber came and gave the service. He repaired it. Correct, everyone? In this scenario, who will pay the GST? You have to see if this supplier who is there, he is liable to register under section number 22(1), then supplier will pay the GST. Are we clear, everyone? Means his turnover is more than registration limit, then he will pay the GST. Are we clear? But if supplier is not liable to register under section number 22(1), then in that scenario, who will be liable? It means if the supplier ka turnover is less than registration limit, who will pay? E-commerce under section number 95. Means e-commerce will collect the GST and e-commerce will pay. But tell me one thing, if the supplier ka turnover is more than registration limit, then who will pay? Supplier should collect the GST and pay to the government. Are we clear, everyone? The next one is accommodation service. For an example, Viresh and his girlfriend, no wife, went to Oyo. Oyo directed it to a hotel. Baba, they went for honeymoon after marriage. Now, supplier, recipient. People, listen to me very carefully. Who will pay the GST? Again, in this scenario, you have to remember, if the supplier is liable under 22(1), then supplier will pay the GST. If supplier is not liable to register under 22(1), then who will pay? E-commerce operator will pay the GST. Are we clear? Can you tell me one thing? Transportation of passenger mein who will pay? Always, whether supplier is registered, unregistered, doesn't matter. Housekeeping mein who will pay? Supplier is liable? Supplier. Otherwise, e-commerce. Accommodation? Supplier liable to register, then supplier, otherwise e-commerce. Now the next one over here is restaurant ka services. Everyone listen to me very carefully. Supposingly, this madam, your name? This is Pavitra over here. Pavitra told Mama, I am hungry. Mama went to Swiggy. Swiggy directed to a restaurant. Restaurant gave the food. Now tell me one thing. He is supplier. She is the recipient. In this scenario, government went ahead and told very small restaurants are there. Correct? And everyone is ordering for Swiggy, Zomato, etc. So government went ahead and told, hey, Swiggy, Zomato, whether the supplier is registered, unregistered, doesn't matter. You will always collect the GST and pay to the government. Are we clear, everyone? And that is what is being told over here. That's the restaurant services ka case mein. Restaurant services ka case mein. But who will pay the GST? E-commerce operator will pay. But you have to remember, supposingly there is a restaurant which is located in specified premise. What is a specified premise? For an example, this is Taj ka restaurant. This is Taj group of hotel. Today I told I want to eat from Taj only. Okay? I went to Zomato. Zomato directed my order to, supposingly in Taj one restaurant is there. Restaurant ka name is Blue. Okay? Restaurant ka name is what? Blue. Okay? Now what is happening in Taj? No, one room ka rent is more than 7,500. How much, everyone? If one premises is there where the room rent is more than 7,500. Any room, one room ka rent is more than 7,500 per day. Declared tariff means the value of one room, one night basically is how much? More than 7,000. More than 7,500. Okay? Then it is known as which premises, everyone? Specified premises. Then they are going ahead and telling if the restaurant is located in specified premise and food is supplied, who will pay the GST? No. In that scenario, the restaurant only will collect the GST and pay to the government. That is what is being told over here. See, Services by restaurant in specified premise. Specified premises. This is an exception. Specified premise means hotel accommodation services are given where the declared tariff per unit per day is how much, everyone? So tell me one thing. If Taj group of hotel mein per day to stay is more than 7,500, is it specified premises? If they supply the food, who will pay? E-commerce or they will pay? They will pay the GST. Are we clear, everyone? Can we go ahead? Yes, sir. This point is clear. Now here there is a circular on restaurant service. You can see the circular over here. This circular I want you guys to read now and keep. We will be going ahead. This circular you have to read in detail from your book. We will be going ahead and doing this circular after we are done with the chapter of TCS. I'll go ahead and talk about this circular after we are done with the chapter of TCS. Done, everyone? Now, sir, can you tell us what is the this body corporate ka definition, RCM ka entry? These all are for you to read at home. You guys can read at home. Now, here there is one small point over here, proviso. Everyone over here. E-commerce has physical presence. People tell me one thing. Supposingly Uber. Uber has physical presence in India. Uber will collect the GST and pay. Uber does not have physical presence in India only. Uber is sitting in US. Then they are telling representative ko government will catch. Are we clear? If Uber is there in India, Uber will be liable. Uber is not there in India, who will be liable? Representative. They don't have a representative also. Appoint a representative and that person will be liable to collect the GST and pay to the government. Are we clear, everyone? So e-commerce operator ka case mein, wherever e-commerce operator is liable, if e-commerce is not there in India, they have to have a representative who will collect the GST and pay to the government. Everyone over here now. Now, we are already done with FB scoop, PA, IIT, Indian Railways. Please write down Indian Railways over here. And people, IGST, same. CGST mein we learned which one? CGST mein we learned which one, everyone? 1 minute, everyone. हाँ, CGST में we learned section number 9(1). IGST में it is same section number 5(1). Okay, everyone. But rate of CGST is 20%. IGST is how much, everyone? 40%. Same HP man is there in IGST also. Section number 5(3) में one additional service is there. People listen. Do you remember importation of services from outside India into India? Who will pay the GST? Recipient will pay. Who told? Section number 5(3). We learned already in the chapter of supply. Who told you have to pay GST under RCM? Supply is outside India. Recipient is in India. You have taken the services from outside India. Section number 7(1)(b). Did I tell you? Did I tell you have to pay GST under RCM? Yes or no? Business entity has to pay. It is told over here. Any services by any person in the non-taxable territory. When it is given to any person in the taxable territory, person in the taxable territory will pay. Are we clear? Rest, there is nothing. 5(4) and 5(5) is same as 9(4) and 9(5). Intra becomes inter. Can I go ahead, everyone? Chalo. Everyone listen to me very carefully. One small point I want to talk over here. You know what? Government ka services per reverse charge is there, right? When government is giving services. Instead of government, even if it is parliament or state legislature or court or tribunal is giving services to a business entity, wherever government ka services per reverse charge comes, no? If court or tribunal or parliament or state legislature gives the service, then also RCM will come. You got my point? What they are telling? Wherever government ka services pe RCM is there, when business entity has to pay under RCM, if same services instead of government, parliament is giving, state legislature is given. Okay, I'll give you one example. Parliament went ahead and gave immovable property on rent. Government giving immovable property on rent to registered person, who pays? Registered person. Parliament gave renting of immovable property to a registered person, who will pay? Registered person. Are you guys able to understand this point? Body corporate ka definition, not important. We are done over here. I want to go ahead and talk about the amendment part over here. Listen. In your charge of GST, first of all, I went ahead and told you now Ministry of Indian Railways ka services pe what will come, everyone? Ministry of Indian Railways ka services pe what will come? Reverse charge or forward charge? Forward charge. Indian Railways giving the services, always forward charge will come. Everyone over here. PAI became PAIIT. And here, when central government is giving the service, central government excluding Indian Railways, because central government ka department is Indian Railways, central government excluding Indian Railways giving renting of immovable property. Who will pay? Everyone. Business and registered person has to pay GST under RCM. But tell me one thing. Indian Railways going ahead and giving renting of immovable property. Reverse charge will not come. Forward charge will come. Because they have gone ahead and told it very clear. That see, excluding Indian Railways. Are we clear, everyone? Always remember, Indian Railways ka services pay forward charge mechanism will come. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. All the services supplied by Ministry of Railway, Indian Railways shall be liable to what, everyone? Forward charge. Next, body corporate, this director wala services, I have already explained it to you. E-commerce ka case mein, all services we have understood. One small point over here. Listen, I will tell you. What is the amendment with respect to Omnibus? People listen to me very carefully. Supposingly this is red bus. This is red bus. Supposingly this is Viresh over here. Viresh wants to take a bus. Okay? Now listen. You will go to red bus. Red bus will direct to the bus wala person. He will give the service. He is the supplier. You are the recipient. Now listen. If the bus operator is supposing Jabbar Travels. Okay, everyone? Now listen. If Jabbar Travel is a company, they will only collect GST and pay to the government. But if supposingly over here same Jabbar Travel is not a company, it is not a company, then who will pay the GST? E-commerce operator will collect and pay. That's all is the amendment which has come over here with respect to Omnibus, means bus transportation ka basically. Services by way of transportation by what? Omnibus. Always e-commerce will be liable, but where the person supplying the services through e-commerce is a company, then it's an exception. E-commerce will not be liable. My question to you, everyone, red bus ke through, I am giving services of transportation of passenger. I am a company. Who will pay GST? Company has to collect. But if I am not a company, then bus will pay. E-commerce operator will pay. Are we clear, everyone? People, are we done with this? Here we are done with the amendment part also. People, this circular which is there, no? This circular will be going ahead and learning or revising once we go ahead and learn which chapter? TCS. Everyone over here, congratulations people. We are done with your chapter of charge of GST. People, tell me one thing. Charge of GST mein what did we learn? We learned section number 9 and section number 5. Section number 9.1 and 5.1 normal levy. When CGST will be levied, when IGST will be levied. Section number 9.2 and 5.2 HP man. Whenever you supply intrastate, CGST and SGST will come, but from a date to be notified by government. Interstate IGST will come, but from a date to be notified by government. Section number 9.3, what are the services we learned? ISCM on diagrams. Section number 5.3, what did we learn? See, diagrams whenever they are supplied intrastate, 9.3 will be applicable. Whenever they are given interstate, recipient has to pay GST under RCM, IGST under RCM, and that is told in 5.3. Can I go ahead, everyone? The next one, 9.4, 9.54, total bakwas. I have told you 3 services: input service, cement and capital goods. Who will pay the GST? Promoter, real estate developer will pay. If they are buying from whom? Unregistered person. And here 9.5 and 5.5 is THAR. T for transportation of passenger. One is, sir, motor cab, maxi cab, etc. का case में always who will be liable? E-commerce. Then omnibus is there. Omnibus में, if I am a company, I will be liable. If I am not a company, e-commerce. Housekeeping services, supplier is liable, supplier will pay. If supplier is not liable to register, e-commerce. Accommodation, if supplier is liable, supplier will pay. Supplier is not liable under 21, e-commerce. Restaurant, always e-commerce, other than big restaurant which are located in specified premises. Are we all 100% clear? Congratulations people, we are done with the chapter. I'll ask you one question. I am a beautician. I am giving services through e-commerce operator. ठीक है? And supposingly Viresh was getting married. I went ahead and gave the service. Supplier, recipient, e-commerce operator. Beautician का service given. Who will be liable? Huh? E-commerce operator, gone Baba, gone. Remember one thing, transportation, is it coming under transportation? Housekeeping, denting, painting of home is housekeeping, not denting, painting of person. Beautician services, they have never told, is it transportation? Is it housekeeping? Is it accommodation? Is it restaurant? Then why e-commerce? Are we clear? Can I go ahead? Please remember only THA. Baba, I'll not talk more. We are done with the chapter. Congratulations, people. Done. Now all you have to do is solve some question answers at home and we are done with the chapter. You have to solve section number 9.3 and 9.5. Enough. 9.3 you do. Section number 9.5 anyways I have gone ahead and explained it to you. Are we clear everyone? Done Baba, done. Done with the chapter of section charge of GST. Two minutes and then I'll move to the next chapter of composition. 2 minutes. People sitting at home, are we all 100% clear? Clear. People sitting at home, quickly give me heads up. Are we all 100% clear? Can we go ahead? Hemant, Swati, Bhargava, Santhya. Very good. Chalo, done. Chalo. Can we go ahead, everyone? Thank God, audio is fine today. Chalo. Can we go ahead, everyone? Are we all done drinking water? Okay, can we go ahead? Chalo. Now, let's go ahead and move to the next chapter. The next chapter is composition levy. Everyone over here, 5 mark, please come. Everyone, whenever goods or service is being supplied, supply can be either interstate or intrastate. Interstate, what will be levied? IGST is levied under section number 5. Intrastate, CGST, it is levied under section number 9. Once GST is levied, GST has to be collected and paid by whom? Taxable person. Now listen, I have to collect and pay. Correct or not, everyone? So I told the government I have to collect GST, I have to use the input, remaining I have to pay to you, I have to go ahead and file so many returns. Sir, I don't want this scheme wherein I have to collect, I have to take input, maintain so much books of accounts and all. Please give me a simpler scheme. Are we clear, everyone? I went ahead and told the government what? Please give me a simpler scheme, and government went ahead and told, here government introduced, whenever goods or services will be supplied by a person, then that person, instead of paying tax under section number 9, can go for a simple scheme, which is composition scheme under section number 10. And here we are in composition levy, 5 marks. They generally go ahead and ask in alternate attempt. Are we clear, everyone? Very easy question comes. Let's go ahead and start doing. Now, who are the people who are eligible to go for composition scheme? If your turnover in the preceding financial year, everyone with me here, last year turnover should be up to 1.5 crore or it should be up to 75, 50, you don't cut anything in the chart book. 1.5 crore or 75 lakh in the last year, then in the current financial year, you will be eligible to go for composition scheme. Very important from exam point of view. Last year ka when you see aggregate turnover, sir, for which state it is 1.5 and for which state it is 75. It is mental ho ja nahi baba, mantus ho ja. So sir, for mantus it is how much, everyone? MAN TUS, Mantus and HOJA. Can you tell me Mantus mein M is what everyone? Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram. Correct everyone? It says Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram. A for Arunachal Pradesh. N for Nagaland. T for Tripura. U for Uttarakhand. And S for, kindly ignore the spelling mistake. You guys don't make mistake in the exam for the spelling. Okay, everyone. I can make because it's a revision. Everyone over here now. What are the states for which 75 lakh is applicable? Mantus. What is Mantus, everyone? With me, everyone. With me. Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram, Arunachal, Nagaland, Tripura, Uttarakhand, and Sikkim. How much is the limit? And H for Himachal Pradesh. O for any other states. Then this is Jammu and this is. Are we clear, everyone? Remember, how much is the limit? 1.5 crore. Now tell me one thing. I have gone ahead and taken registration. One is in the state of Nagaland and one is in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. What will be the limit applicable for me? 1.5 crore or 75 lakh? Lower limit will be applicable to me, which is 75 lakh. I hope this point is clear to all. Chalo. Did you guys understand what I told? If I am there in the state of Mantus also and supposingly in Hoja also, then for my PAN number, what limit will be applicable? I have to see my aggregate turnover, right? My last year aggregate turnover, what will be the limit applicable to me? 75 lakh. So everyone remember one thing. This point you leave it now. If my turnover in the preceding financial year is up to 1.5 crore or 75 lakh, then sir, in the current financial year, up to a turnover of 1.5 or 75, you don't cut anything in the chart. I have an option to take what, everyone? Composition scheme. Remember, it is PAN wise, all India basis to opt together. What do you mean by that? If I supposingly have one registration in the state of Assam and one registration in the state of Karnataka or restaurant, there are three people who are eligible. MTR, everyone. Just a second, everyone. Just a second. People watching at home, there was some disconnection. Is it fine now? Is it fine? Quickly give me a heads up. People, it was disconnected. Is it fine now? Audio video is clear to all of you? Quick. Yes. There was some disconnection. Now it's fine. Okay. We'll continue. Everyone over here, tell me one thing. Who are the people who are eligible? MTR, M for manufacturer, T for trader, R for restaurant. How much will a manufacturer pay on his turnover? 0.5% CGST and 0.5% SGST of his turnover. Trader will pay 0.5 and 0.5 of what? Taxable turnover. See, your turnover can include taxable supply also and exempt supply also, right, everyone? But trader will pay only of taxable turnover. Are we clear, everyone? Then next, restaurant will pay 2.5% and 2.5%. So tell me one thing. If I am a composition dealer, I have taxable supplies and I have exempt supply 5 lakh and 5 lakh rupees. If I am a manufacturer, on what turnover will I pay? Louder! 10 lakhs. If I am a trader, only 5 lakh pay, I'll pay 0.5. If I am a restaurant, 10 lakh. Are we clear, everyone? Remember this point. Can we go ahead? And it is your own obligation. You cannot collect it from a customer. You have to pay out of your own pocket. Now, whenever a person is under composition scheme, remember, people, are you able to get it? Can I go ahead? Now, whenever he is buying anything, he will not get any input tax credit. He took GTA ka service. RCM is applicable. You have to pay 1% or you have to pay 5% under RCM. Remember, whenever you take 93 or 94 wala supplies, you have to pay GST under RCM at the applicable rate. Can I go ahead, everyone? And then, when you are going ahead and supplying to your customer, you have to issue what? Bill of? Will customer get any input tax credit when I am selling them? No. I will not issue tax invoice. They will never get any input tax credit. Tell me one thing, everyone. I'll ask you now. My last year turnover should be up to what limit, everyone? 1.5 crore or everyone with me, you have to talk. 1.5 crore or then in the current financial year, can I go for composition? I have two registration, both have to go together. Okay, everyone? Who are the people who are eligible? MTR, M pays 0.5, trader pays 0.5 of the taxable turnover. Restaurant pays 2.5 and 2.5. And then this is done. This is your own obligation. You can't collect it from your customer. If I am buying, will I get any input? Taken 9.3 and 9.4 was services. Reverse charge. Do I have to pay? At 1%, 0.5, 0.5 or applicable rate? If output is there, will I go ahead and charge GST to my customer? Will I issue tax invoice? No. I'll issue bill of supply. Will the customer get any input tax credit? Are we clear, everyone? Now, who are the people who are ineligible? Who are the people who are ineligible? Remember, very, very important from exam point of view, mines. Okay, everyone? MTR and mines say one question will come. You remember this. Everyone over here. Mines. Who are the people who are ineligible? Mines. Manufacturer of pan masala, aerated water, ice cream, tobacco, then fly ash bricks. I will write bricks. It can be fly ash bricks, blocks or aggregate, bricks of fossil meal or similar siliceous earth, or building bricks or earthen or roofing. Can I write over here? People, manufacturer of, louder with me. Pan masala, aerated water, ice cream, tobacco, bricks. You don't write only bricks and come. You have to remember this. Bricks of fossil meal. Then fly ash bricks, building bricks, roofing tiles. Are we clear, everyone? Can I go ahead? One time you practice, you will remember this. Now, remember, in your exam, they will go ahead and tell you, Ram is a trader in pan masala. Is he eligible for compulsory? Yes or no? Who told no? I will make chutney of that person now. Baba, it is manufacturer. Traders are allowed. Traders are allowed. Baba, in the exam, you will not see trader. You have to be very careful. Can I go ahead? I for interstate outward supplier of goods or service. You can't go ahead and supply outward. Can I go ahead, everyone? If you are supplying from one state to another, okay, Ram is a person. He decided to start supplying in the neighboring state. Allowed, not allowed? Composition, not allowed. Next. I for interstate. Done, everyone? M clear, I clear. N for non-taxable goods or service. As of now, there are two non-taxable supplies in GST. Alcoholic liquor for human consumption and HP man. And NRTP and CTPs are also not allowed composition. And then this is the amendment this time. If you are a person who is supplying services through e-commerce, well, e-commerce operator will deduct what, everyone? TCS. Remember, supposingly you remember that beautician is giving services to Urban Club. 9.5 ka service, it is not there, correct? It is not a 9.5 ka service. Whenever e-commerce will collect the payment and give, no, e-commerce will deduct TCS. If e-commerce is deducting TCS, you can't take composition scheme. Are we clear? But remember, if you are a person supplying goods also, it was there earlier. But now it is only services through e-commerce, where e-commerce will deduct TCS, then you are not eligible for composition scheme. But if I am a person supplying goods through e-commerce, if I am a person who is supplying goods through e-commerce operator, eligible or not eligible? Eligible, because now goods word has been deleted. Can I go ahead, everyone? Other than that, if you are a service provider, you are also ineligible for composition scheme. Other than which service provider? Restaurant or catering. One question I have seen on this also, they have gone ahead and asked, if a person is under composition scheme, can he go ahead and provide little services? Yes, sir. He can provide 10% of the turnover or 5 lakh, whichever is of the last year ka 10% or 5 lakh, whichever is higher. Now listen to me very carefully. Always remember one thing, whenever you are checking the turnover for composition scheme, you have to exclude interest or discount. You have to exclude what, everyone? Even if you have, what do you mean by interest or discount? If I have given money to someone and I have earned interest or discount, are we clear? That interest amount is always to be excluded from your turnover. Turnover, aggregate turnover, everywhere say you have to exclude what? Interest. Chalo, I'll go ahead and quickly tell you. People, tell me one thing. My last year ka turnover, preceding financial year, my turnover, taxable supply was 1.4 crore, and supposingly my interest income was 20 lakh rupees. What is my aggregate turnover generally, if you see? Taxable supply and exempt supply, right? 1.6 crore. But when you are seeing whether you are eligible or not for next year for composition, you should always exclude what? Can you tell me what is my turnover now? Am I eligible for composition scheme in the current year? This point is clear to all of you. Remember, whenever you are seeing your aggregate turnover of the last year, to see whether you are eligible for composition or not, you should exclude your interest and discount. Are we clear with this point? Now tell me one thing. Last year ka is service provider eligible for composition scheme? No. Other than restaurant and catering, not allowed. But supposingly I am selling television, can I give little services? Little services allowed. How much? 10% of the last year turnover or 5 lakh, whichever is higher. Now tell me one thing, I am a restaurant. Along with restaurant, can I give little services also? Other than restaurant, any other service can I give little? Yes. I am selling specs. Can I go ahead and repair specs also for people? Little services I can give. How much is that little services allowed? Listen. Now my last year ka turnover you have to see. People, they have told last year ka turnover. So for an example, last year I was there in the state of Assam and I was there in the state of Karnataka. Okay everyone. My taxable supply was 60 lakh rupees. My interest income was 20 lakh rupees. Okay everyone. Are you guys with me till here? My taxable supply was 80 lakh rupees and my interest income was 20 lakh rupees. Can you tell me everyone? Last year when I am seeing aggregate turnover to see if this year, this is the preceding financial year, right? Current financial year, my first question, am I eligible for composition? What is my last year aggregate turnover? This is to be excluded. This is to be excluded. How much? 80 plus 10. 1 point. Am I eligible? If I am eligible, how much services I can provide this year? 10% of aggregate turnover, nahi baba, of turnover or 5 lakh, whichever is. So in the state of Assam, I can provide, here also you have to exclude interest. What is my turnover? 60 lakh. And here how much is my turnover? 80 lakh. And here how much everyone? 60. Did you guys get this point? What is my turnover in the state of Karnataka? 80 lakh. Now listen. 60 lakh ka 10% is 6 lakh or 5 lakh, which is higher. So how much services can I provide? 6 lakh. Sir, 80 lakh, 8 lakh or 5 lakh, which is higher? How much services I can provide? So 8 lakh ka services, 6 lakh ka services, and my total should not exceed how much? In the current year also I should not exceed 1.5. Is this example 100% clear? Can I go ahead? Louder everyone. Got it? Shall I do it again or got it everyone? Last year ka turnover, when you are seeing to see if you are eligible or not, exclude interest or discount. Last year ka aggregate turnover se you should exclude interest. Correct everyone? And then how much services you can provide in the current year? Last year ka turnover ka 10% or 5 lakh, whichever is. Are we all 100% clear? People over here now. See what they are telling. MTR means? It is not MTR dosa wala. Correct everyone? AMTR. Manufacturer, trader, restaurant. Okay, people sitting outside Karnataka in Bangalore. Correct. MTR is Mawali Tiffin Rooms, which is a restaurant. So people will think restaurant sir is talking. No. Everyone over here now. MTR allowed to supply how much services up to everyone? 10% excluding. So when you are taking the turnover of the last year to calculate 10%, then also you should exclude what everyone? Interest in the preceding financial year of 5 lakh, whichever is higher. After calculating 10% of 5 lakh, now tell me one thing. This 6 lakh, does it include interest? In the current year, if I have earned some interest, will that be included in that 6 lakh? This 6 lakh is other than interest ka income from services. Can I go ahead everyone? Next. Then also exclude interest in the current year also. Tell me one thing. Now, if supposingly I am providing more service than that 10% of 5 lakh, whichever is higher, or might be I am ineligible under section number 10.1 and 10.2. I am ineligible here. Government went ahead. Okay, I am a person who is going ahead and selling goods also in one state. In one state, I am selling services also. Or I am only a chartered accountant providing services. If you are ineligible under 10.1 and 10.2, government went ahead and told you can go ahead and now go for what everyone? 10.2A. But section number 10.2A is allowed only if you are ineligible under 10.1 and. So if you are ineligible under 10.1 and 10.2, suppose in chartered accountant, what to do? Is chartered accountant manufacturer, trader, restaurant wala, then where will he go? 10.2A. Can I go ahead everyone? Today you have to do some questions on 10.2A, okay? Now if you are ineligible under 10.1 and 10.2, 10.2A says everything same. If your last year turnover, everyone here with me, last year turnover is up to 50 lakh. Then in the current financial year, up to a turnover of 50 lakh, you can go for which scheme? 10.2A. But 10.2A mein problem is what you know? See, option to registered person with aggregate turnover less than equal to 50 lakh in the preceding financial year. Last year turnover, when you see 50 lakh, you should exclude what? Ineligible under 10.1 and 10.2. You have to pay. If you go for 10.2, how much everyone? 6% of the turnover, excluding interest or discount. But remember, your turnover should be less than 50 lakh and you should be ineligible under 10.1 and 10.2. If you are eligible under 10.1 and 10.2, are you a fool to pay 6%? You will pay 1.1 or 5. Correct, everyone? Then, who are the people who can't go for 10.2A also? Same. M-I-N-E. Not mines. Why S is not written over here? This scheme was developed for service provider only. And if they say service provider ineligible, then scheme will become redundant. Are you guys able to understand? And hence, they went ahead and told mines are ineligible. Who are mines, everyone? Manufacturer of pan masala, louder. Pan masala, aerated water, ice cream, tobacco, brakes and tiles, roofing tiles. Remember the full name properly. Then I for interstate outward supplier, N for NRTP, CTP, non-taxable goods or service ka supplier. Then E for person supplying goods or services through e-commerce, where e-commerce will deduct TCS. Are we all clear till here? See, those people are also ineligible. Can we go ahead, everyone? Are we all 100% clear? People, tell me one thing. What did I tell you till now? You have to recall with me and then I'll go ahead. Tell me. My turnover in the preceding financial year should be up to 1.5 crore, 75 lakh or 50 lakh. Then in the current financial year, I'll get an option. But I have to go pan-wise. All India together has to go in for composition scheme. When I am going for composition scheme, who are the people eligible? MTR 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 2.5, 2.5 out of their own pocket. Correct? No input, no output, no tax invoice. Bill of supply. Very good. Ineligible? Mines. Manufacturer of PAIT BT. I for interstate outward supplier. Louder. Why are you not talking? N for non-taxable goods or services, NRTP, CTP. E for person supplying services through e-commerce. And S for service provider other than restaurant and catering. And other than person who are supplying 10% or 5 lakh, whichever is, because you are allowed that much service, correct? If you are ineligible under 10.1 and 10.2, then where can you go? 10.2A. But your last year turnover should be up to 50. And current year you should not exceed how much? 50 lakh. Then sir, you have to pay how much? 3% CGST and 3% IGST, which is 6%. 3% CGST and 3%. Why I am telling 3 and 3? Because you are not allowed interstate. So it will always be CGST and. Are we clear, everyone? Who are the people ineligible under 10.2A also? Mine. Over. Not mines. Mine. Next. Sir, a composition person always pays tax what? Quarterly. Once the quarter gets over, Baba, quarter, you remember quarter, everyone? Quarter is always fixed. Can you tell me quarter? There is no concept of half quarter. Quarter always starts with what? April. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, Jan, Feb and March. April, May, June ka, when will you pay? By July 18. So whatever turnover you did, of that amount you have to pay by 18. And you have to file one CMP 08, which is an intimation. Annually, what will you file, everyone? GSTR 4 by 30th April, which is your return. And annual return, GSTR 9A by 31st of, once the year gets over, by 31st of December. Always in your bill, you should write, you are a composition dealer. Always in your bill, what will you write? You are a composition dealer. And you are not eligible to collect tax on your, just a minute, everyone, you are not eligible to collect tax on your supplies. Just a minute. You are not eligible to, I think we are very fast and computer has become slow. Okay. Everyone over here, you should mention in your bill what, everyone? That you are a composition taxable person and you are not eligible to collect tax on your supplies. And also you should mention on your notice board, on your head, that sir, I am a composition taxable person. So, if supposingly you want input tax credit, you will never enter my shop only. In my notice board only I should write what? I am a composition taxable person. Now remember one thing, whenever you want to take composition scheme, if you are a person who is going for new registration, then at the time of taking registration, when you fill part B of GST REG 01, there only you can say I want composition scheme and you will get composition. If you want to shift to composition, I am regular person, I want to shift to composition, then I have to go online and file one intimation prior to the starting of the year. Remember, when you want to get into composition, no? First time, then in between the year also you can get in. But if you want to shift from regular to composition scheme, only at the beginning of the year you can shift. Which intimation you have to file? CMP 02, one intimation pan wise is required and not state wise. I am registered in 3 states. Do I have to file 3 CMP 02 or only one? Once I file CMP 02, remember it is not required to be filed every year. I will continue under composition unless I become ineligible. Next, applicability. Whenever you are seeing whether you are eligible for composition or not, you will see last year state-wise turnover or aggregate. Louder. Aggregate. Whenever you are making payment, you have to make payment in a state. So that state ka turnover you will see or aggregate turnover you will see. Karnataka ka turnover ka, you will pay Karnataka mein 0.5% CGST and 0.5% Karnataka SGST. Every state-wise turnover pay you have to make the payment. Next, everyone over here, I'll go ahead and ask you one question. Now tell me one thing. For an example, I started my business over here on 1st of April. Okay, everyone. Now, will I take registration unless I cross a for an example, 40 is the limit of my state. So up to a turnover of 40 lakh rupees, will I even take registration? No. Sure, everyone. Now I cross 40 lakh rupees. Once I cross 40 lakh rupees, supposing this is the year getting over here, and I have 60 lakh rupees ka taxable supplies over here and interest income is 20 lakh rupees. Can you tell me the turnover on which I will have to pay the GST? 40 lakh pe will I pay? Till 40 lakh, so I did not become liable only to register. People louder. Sure, got it. Will I pay on interest? No. So on what amount will I pay? Is my point clear to all? Can I go ahead, everyone? Sure. Now, the next one is, tell me one thing. This year got over. This year over. Now, next year, when I am going in and seeing, this is the preceding financial year. Yes, everyone? Preceding financial year. Now, current financial year, if I want to see whether I am eligible or not, I will see last year ka what? Can you tell me last year ka? This is the turnover on which I have to pay in the last year. People, first of all, tell me one thing. Last year, on what amount will I pay tax? Sure, everyone? Current year, when I am checking last year ka aggregate turnover to see if I am eligible or not, can you tell me last year ka turnover? Aggregate turnover. Will I take 40 lakh? Array, last year ka turnover will be from here to here. Correct? 1 crore excluding what? So, am I eligible in the current year? Did you guys get this point? So, that is what they are telling over here. For determining tax payable, when you are taking turnover, please exclude 1st April up to the date of becoming, and also exclude what? Interest. And whenever you are checking eligibility, whether you are eligible or not, last year ka turnover mein, what will you take? Interest will be excluded. Array, aggregate turnover or aggregate turnover, always exclude interest. But will you take 1st April up to the date of becoming liable wala turnover also? Sure, everyone? I'll ask you once again. I am not happy. Okay, you tell me. This is my preceding, this is my current year for an example. This 1st of April. Okay, everyone? Here I became liable. Till here my turnover was 40 lakh. Here my turnover is 30 lakh. Interest income is 10 lakh. Can you tell me what is the turnover on which I have to pay the GST composition? Sure. Very good. I am very happy. Then in the current financial year, can you tell me what is my last year ka aggregate turnover? Very good. 70 lakh. Interest will be excluded, but 1st April up to the date of becoming liable, and all the turnover will be taken, excluding. Oh, very good, everyone. Chalo, we are done with this. Right side mein, this is total bakwas. This is for you to read at home. This difference I have given for you to read at home. Please come on the top. One more question. Supposingly, in between the year, I crossed the threshold limit. In between the year, what happened? 31st December. I crossed 1.5 crore. Can I continue till March? Or next day, that time onwards, I will become ineligible. You will become ineligible. Remember, if you cross the threshold or voluntarily you want to withdraw or violate the condition and you become ineligible, remember, you will become a normal person, take input tax credit and issue. Can I go ahead, everyone? Exam question. Ram went ahead and crossed his aggregate turnover in December. He is telling he wants to continue under composition till March and then wants to shift under normal. Can he do that? He has to go ahead and start paying taxes under normal scheme. Are we clear, everyone? Next. Remember, when you are going out, if you self want to withdraw, then you have to file which intimation? CMP 04. within 7 days of the event. So supposing today I thought that I want to withdraw from composition. So within 7 days I have to file CMP04. I became ineligible. I did one interstate supply. Then also I have to then also I have to file what, everyone? CMP04 before the date of such withdrawal. Listen, I became ineligible today. I did one interstate supply. Within how many days I have to file CMP04? 7 days. I want to self-withdraw. Then before self-withdrawal, I have to file CMP04. Are we clear? Nothing. Coming in CMP02, going out CMP. That's all, everyone. Congratulations. The only amendment in this chapter was which one? If you are a person supplying goods through e-commerce where the e-commerce will deduct TCS, you are still eligible for composition scheme. That was the only amendment in the chapter of composition, which I have told you over here. Here. This goods word has been deleted. It means what, everyone? Person who is supplying goods through e-commerce. And e-commerce is going to deduct TCS. For an example, I am supplying through Flipkart. Flipkart is deducting my TCS. Can I still be under composition scheme? Yes. Person supplying goods through e-commerce where e-commerce will deduct TCS are eligible for composition. Services? People, can I close the discussion on composition scheme? Are we all 100% clear? Your exam question can be based on MTR, manufacturer, trader, restaurant. Your exam question, MTR 10 to A, mines. Okay, everyone? And this 10% of the turnover in the preceding financial year, last year ka turnover ka 10% of 5 lakh, whichever is higher. Aggregate turnover limit applicable. That can be a question. Today, do some questions on this chapter and we are done with the chapter. I'll close my revision on the chapter of composition scheme. Congratulations, people. Done. Chalo, I'll give you a 2 minutes break. 2 minutes, no? Or you want 5? 5. Then we'll do section number 22, 23 and 24 and then leave. Only first chart of registration. Okay, everyone? Okay, 5 minutes break. I'll also be back in 5 minutes. People watching at home also will be back in 5 minutes. 5 minutes we will start 22, 23 and 24. People, not more than 5 minutes, okay? Hello. People watching at home, all clear? Can we go ahead?
Company may, with a omnibus company is liable to register. Even though if it is below registration limit, the registration limit
You
still
have to say
matters.
company.
Company only. The registration limit should be.
Quickly settle down, everyone. Quick, quick, quick. Chalo, quick, everyone. Quick, quick, quick. We're just waiting for some more students to come back. People, today you have to do question answers, okay? From charge of GST chapter, composition scheme, and then registration 22, 23, 24 ka question answers you have to do, and then come for the next class. People who are following this for the next 7-8 days, which we are going ahead and taking the classes, revision classes, trust me, by 7-8 days you will see your GST entirely is covered also. Are we clear, everyone? Chalo, let's go ahead. Let's move to the next chapter. Please come to registration, everyone. Registrations. Let's take a quick linking and then we'll go ahead. Everyone over here, we started learning GST with goods or service. Goods or service has to be supplied. Supply can be either interstate supply or intrastate. Interstate supply, IGST levied. Intrastate, CGST got levied. Once GST got levied, GST has to be collected and paid by a taxable person. Who will collect and pay? Who is a taxable person? A taxable person is a person who is registered or liable to be registered under section number 22 or 24. So if you are a registered person, then also you are a taxable person, or if you are liable to be registered under 22 or 24, then also you are a taxable person. So we are now going to learn about taxable person, basically who has to take registration, how he has to take registration, etc. So we'll be learning section number 22, people who are liable to register. 23, people who are not liable to register. Section number 24, compulsory registration. Then we have section number 25 to 30, procedural part, right everyone, which is the second part of registration. So now please come to your chart. We'll be learning about if I have to collect and pay GST, who are the people who have to collect and pay, who has to take registration, all those things we are going to talk about. Section number 22, when we go ahead and talk, section number 22, 1 goes ahead and says, who will be liable? Supplier will be liable in the state. Where will he be liable? From where? From the state he is making which supply? Taxable supply. When his aggregate turnover crosses what everyone? 20 lakh rupees. Whenever my aggregate turnover crosses 20 lakh rupees, I will be liable to take registration. Then it says if you are making taxable supplies from a special category state. Remember, generally special category states are what everyone? Humans of Tripura and Jammu and Kashmir. You remember humans everyone? But for the purpose of registration, you have to consider special category states as only M square and T. Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura. If you are supplying from those states, then the turnover limit will be how much everyone? 10 lakh rupees. Can I go ahead everyone? Now listen carefully. When your aggregate turnover crosses 20 lakh or 10 lakh rupees, correct everyone? But what do you mean by aggregate turnover? Aggregate and turnover. Aggregate means pan wise across India, what is your turnover? And turnover mein what are the things we take? Taxable supplies, type 2, people, type 2, taxable supplies, interstate supplies, exempt and export. What are the things you will consider? Taxable supplies, interstate supplies, exempt and export. Are we clear everyone? Now tell me one thing. Somebody supplied me some goods. People, somebody supplied me some goods. I am the recipient. I paid the GST under RCM. Inward supplies on which I am paying the GST under RCM. Is it my turnover or that person ka turnover? That person, supplier ka turnover, no? So recipient, when he pays inward supplies pe RCM mein tax, is it his turnover? No. So always remember, exclude. Inward means my purchases, not my turnover. Turnover means what? Sales. So inward supplies under RCM should never be included. And what you should never include? GST. People, remember one thing, aggregate turnover, very, very important from exam point of view. They go ahead and ask you question saying, please calculate the aggregate turnover. Aggregate and turnover. Turnover, what are the things you will include? Taxable supplies, then interstate supplies, exempt supplies, export. Correct everyone? Exempt supplies means what everyone? Nil rated supply, wholly exempt, which are exempted by notification, and non-taxable. People, nil rated means on which the rate of GST is only nil. Those are exempt supply. Wholly exempt, we'll learn exemption chapter, no? Whatever supplies are exempted by the government by notification are also exempt supplies. Non-taxable supply, can you tell me? Alcoholic liquor for human consumption and health payment. Can I go ahead? And exports are also included in your turnover. Remember, what are excluded? Inward supplies on which you are paying GST under. And what will you exclude? GST. Whether it is CGST, HGST, IGST or UTGST. Can I go ahead everyone? Now listen. Everyone, are we clear till here? Now, when I say turnover, Karnataka ka turnover, Tamil Nadu ka turnover, under my PAN number I have 5 registration, 5 place ka turnover, total together, 5 places if I am operating my business, total together will give you your aggregate turnover. Under your PAN number, whichever places me are doing business, totally together, and that will give you the aggregate turnover. Are we all clear till here? Now, what are they telling over here? Also, tell me one thing now. I am the principal. People, I am the include supplies made on behalf of principal, invoice issued in the name of the agent. Principal gave me the goods. I issued the invoice in my name. Whose turnover? If I have given the invoice in my name, is it my turnover? Yes or no? Okay. Principal gave the invoice. Remember, if I am supplying on behalf of principal, it means I am giving the invoice. Invoice is in my name and I have to include in my turnover. Can I go ahead? Next. This job worker wala point which is there. Okay, I'll tell you. One principal is there. He gave me some chair table and he told do the painting and keep it ready. I am a job worker. My work is what? Just to keep the painting done and keep it ready. Now you came to the principal and you told please sell me this. Principal sold the chair table to you. From my place you took the chair table. Whose turnover? My turnover or principal ka turnover? Supply of goods by registered job worker include in the aggregate turnover of the principal. Actually this point is not so relevant at intermediate level, but still, did you guys understand the concept? Next. Tell me one thing. I did some outward supply. You paid the GST under RCM. Your turnover or my turnover? My turnover. Outward supply on which recipient pays the GST under RCM. Outward is always your turnover. Inward, I paid the GST under RCM. My turnover? Are we clear, everyone? Can I go ahead? Is this point clear to all? So can you tell me what are the things you will include in your aggregate turnover? Taxable supplies, interstate supplies, exempt and export. What are the things I will not take? Inward supplies under RCM? No. GST? No. I am an agent. I am issuing the invoice. My turnover or principal? My turnover. Can we go ahead, everyone? Outward supply. Recipient pays the GST under RCM. My turnover. Today you must do some question on this. 1 3 to 5 mark question you can expect out of aggregate turnover. You must do questions and go. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, people listen to me very carefully. Limit is 20 lakh rupees. M square NT is how much? 10 lakh. Now what happened? Government went ahead and issued one notification under section number 23(2) and government went ahead and told some people ke liye we will increase the limit. If you are an exclusive supplier of goods, for you will make the limit to how much? 40 lakh rupees. Now sir, for whom the limit is 20 lakh, for whom the limit is 40 lakh, for whom the limit is 10 lakh, too much of confusion. So I went ahead and made this chart over here. You have to remember. If you are a person who is supplying from M square NT, people, M square NT is what? Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura. Again with me, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura. How much is the limit? 10 lakh. Supplier of goods? 10 lakh. Supplier of service? Supplier of goods and service? That 10 lakh. If I am there in the Pumas of Telangana, IPL is going to happen. If Telangana has a team, they will name it as what? Pumas. What is Pumas of Telangana, everyone? Puducherry, Uttarakhand, M for Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, and then last one, Telangana. Remember, whether you are a supplier of goods from there, whether you are a supplier of service. So can I tell you registration limit? Number one, M square NT. How much, everyone? Supplier of goods ke liye, supplier of service ke liye, supplier of goods plus service then also. If I am in the state of Pumas of Telangana, supplier of goods, 20 lakh. If I am a supplier of service, supplier of goods plus service, sure, everyone. Now tell me one thing. Himachal Pradesh mein big oak trees are there. So if I am from the state of Oak of Himachal Pradesh, remember one thing, Oak of Himachal Pradesh, any other state, Assam, Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. Remember, here also limit actually for supplier of goods was 20 lakh only. Supplier of service was also 20 lakh. But then government told we will make it 40 lakh rupees. Up to 40 lakh you don't have to take registration. But there are some conditions which government went ahead and attached over here. Government told, see, this 40 lakh limit will not be allowed to whom? Number one, if you are required compulsory registration. If you are falling under section number 24, what 40 lakh, 20 lakh? Compulsorily you have to take registration. So you should not be falling under compulsory registration under section number 24. If you are falling under compulsory registration, then 40 lakh limit or compulsory? Second one over here. Sir, if you are a supplier of pan masala, A is not there. Pan masala, ice cream, tobacco, bricks, earthen or roofing tiles. Do you remember, everyone? Remember, here if you are a supplier of pan masala, ice cream, tobacco, then bricks and tiles. For you, will the limit be 40 or 20 only? 20. You will not get 40 lakh limit. You will get only 20 lakhs. Can you tell me aerated water ka supplier? Aerated water. Are we clear, everyone? Can I go ahead, everyone? And when I say supplier, no, supplier can be a person who is manufacturing and supplying. Supplier can be a person who is buying and selling also over here. Here the word used is supplier. Supplier can be manufacturing and supplying also. He can be buying and selling also. Can I go ahead, everyone? Over the top, forget it. Did you guys understand? The next one. If you are a person exercising voluntary registration or you intend to continue with registration, you told, sir, I don't want 40. You are increasing the limit to 40. I want 20. I have already taken registration at 20 lakh rupees. I will continue. Or I want to be Bakra, 0 rupees also I will take registration. Government is selling, who can stop you? Then 40 lakh limit is not applicable to you. Can I go ahead, everyone? And the last one, if you are supplying from these states, because M Square NT and Pumas of Telangana, 40 lakh limit is not there. People, are we all clear with the registration limit? Now, tell me one thing. I am there in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Where is your head going? 1, 2, 3. 3. Very good. I am there in the state of Jammu and Kashmir supplying services. 20 lakhs. I am there in the state of Jammu and Kashmir supplying goods. 40 lakh. Okay. I am there in the state of Jammu and Kashmir supplying goods, which is pan masala. Pan masala. 20 lakh. Okay, everyone. Anyone telling wrong, I'll jump from here only. Okay. Next. I am there in the state of Uttarakhand supplying goods. Louder. Uttarakhand, where is your head hitting? Second one, 20 lakhs. Can I go ahead, everyone? I am there in the state of Meghalaya supplying services. Hey, Meghalaya. First or second? Second. Can I go ahead, everyone? How much? 10 or 20? 20 lakhs. Are we clear, everyone? I am there in the state of Assam. I did not say goods or service. Supplying goods plus service. 20 lakhs. Are we clear, everyone? I am there in the state of Assam supplying goods, but I am liable for compulsory registration. Compulsory. Can I go ahead, everyone? Is my point clear? You must do one question on this and go. Section number, this registration limit which I have told you, 2 to 4 mark, one question can come. Must do one question and go today. Are we all clear with this point? Can we go ahead, everyone? Now, these two provisos are total bakwas, 2 and 3, and the next one is an explanation. People, tell me one thing. I put some, if I am an exclusive supplier of goods, I will get how much limit? If I am an exclusive supplier of goods in the state of Assam, how much will I get limit? Exclusive supplier of goods in the state of Assam, how much is the limit? If I put money in the bank and receive interest, it means I am a supplier of goods, or giving money to the bank and receiving interest is a supply of service? Giving money and earning interest is an exempt supply of service. Correct? Everyone in the state of Assam, for an example, will have a bank account. They would have put money in the bank, received some interest. It means you become supplier of service. Are putting money in the bank and receiving interest is a supplier of service? No. It means only exclusive supplier of goods is given 40 lakh. It means no one will get 40 lakh limit. Are you guys able to understand? Sure, yes or no? So government went ahead and told one thing. Government told, even if you have interest income, still I will go ahead and ignore that and say that you are an exclusive supplier of goods. And that is what is told. Person will be deemed to be exclusive supplier of goods even if he is engaged in exempt supply of service by way of giving money, loans and advance, so far as the consideration is represented by interest or discount. Tell me one thing, everyone. In the state of Assam, I have taxable supply 38 lakh rupees. I have exempt supply 1 lakh rupees. What is my aggregate turnover? This is interest income. Aggregate turnover, everyone. 38 plus 1, 39 lakh. Correct, everyone? What is the aggregate turnover limit applicable to me? Aggregate turnover limit applicable for the state of Assam supplying goods? 40 lakh. Am I required registration? Yes or no? Interest will be included in your aggregate turnover. Don't think composition. Forget composition. Composition mein it is not included. Composition mein aggregate turnover or turnover mein interest is excluded. Forget that. What I am telling over here is aggregate turnover mein, normal registration mein, remember, interest will come. But because you have interest income, you will not be considered as supplier of service. You will be considered as supplier of goods. And what is the limit for supplier of goods? 40. And you will be given 40 lakh limit. But in composition, what we do know? We remove the interest totally. But registration chapter mein, when we calculate aggregate turnover, interest will come in your aggregate turnover. But just because you are earning interest, will you be considered a supplier of goods or supplier of service only? Supplier of goods. Will you be given higher limit of 40 lakh? Is my point clear to all? Chalo. Everyone over here, tell me one thing. I am in the state of Assam, taxable supply, Assam, taxable supply of goods, 38 lakh. Interest income, which is exempt supply, right everyone? Exempt supply of service, no? 3 lakh rupees. What is my aggregate turnover? What is the turnover limit applicable? Do I have to take registration? Did you guys get it, everyone? Chalo. Everyone over here now. Second one is total bakwas. You can ignore it. Third one. People, section number 22(1) is done. Who is the person liable? Supplier will be liable when his aggregate turnover crosses 20 lakh, 10 lakh or 40 lakh. Aggregate turnover, do you remember everyone? Taxable supplies, interstate supply, exempt, export. Inward supplies exclude, GST exclude. Correct everyone? 10 lakh ka limit, M square and T, 20 lakh. FIMAs of Telangana, 40 lakh. OC of Himachal Pradesh. Are we all 100% clear till here? The next one is, this 2(1) is total bakwas. Third one, I transferred the business as going concern to one person. People tell me one thing. Do you guys remember this? I went ahead and transferred my business to another person. I am the transferor. He is the transferee. I transferred the business as going concern. This was exempted by the government. Why? So that he will collect the GST and give it to the government. Do you remember everyone? So whenever one person will go ahead and transfer his business to a transferee has to go ahead and take registration. See, transferee will take, if transferor was a registered person, he has transferred the business as going concern, transferee will take registration from which date? From the date of transfer or succession. Can I go ahead everyone? Who will take registration over here? Transferee will take registration from which date? From the date of transfer. The next one over here is section number 22(4), which is there. Again, if supposingly A Limited was there, B Limited was there, and they went ahead and amalgamated and became AB Limited. Now who has to take registration? AB Limited. Correct everyone? From which date? The day they get their birth certificate. What is the birth certificate? Certificate of incorporation. Are we clear? The day registrar of company issues them certificate of incorporation, that day they will have to take registration. People, section number 22(1) told what? Who is liable? Supplier is liable. From which date? The day they cross the aggregate turnover of 20 lakh, 10 lakhs or 2 is total bakwas. 3. Who is liable? Transferee. On which day they are liable? From the date of transfer. Fourth one, who is liable? Transferee. A and B became AB Limited. Who is liable? Transferee, the new company. From which day? Certificate of incorporation, which is given by the ROC. These two also generally they don't ask, but bad luck can be very bad and they can go ahead and ask you. So I've taught you. First one is the most important part. Can we go ahead everyone? Are we all clear? Please come to the next one over here. The next one is people who are not liable for registration. Who are the people who are not liable? Are we all 100% clear till here? Can I go ahead? People 22(1) 100% clear? Sure, can I go ahead? Anyone wants anything repeated? Got it? Chalo. Next, section number 23, person not liable for registration. Who are the people who are not liable? Any person exclusively engaged in supplying goods, services that are not liable to tax or wholly exempt. If I am supplying those supplies on which there is no tax only. I am a milkman every day morning going and selling milk. Milk pe there is no GST only. Even if I take registration, what will I collect and pay? So government is telling if you can't collect and pay, why will you register with me? Are we clear everyone? Next, agriculturist. Agriculturist who is there, he also never has to take any registration. Only if to the extent of produce out of cultivation of land. Are we clear everyone? Now I am an agriculturist but started teaching. Are you guys able to understand? Morning I do agriculture, then I come and teach. In that scenario, my agriculture ka turnover and this turnover will be aggregated together. And if it crosses the registration limit, on class ka turnover, I have to collect the GST and give it to the government. But think I am an agriculturist, growing fruits, vegetables, etc., growing and selling. Do I have to take registration even if I cross 40 lakh rupees? No. Remember, an agriculturist to the extent of cultivation of land, if you are growing out of land and selling, Even if it is more than the registration limit, you don't have to take registration. Are we clear with this point? Can we go ahead, everyone? Now, an agriculturist, who is an agriculturist? He can be an individual or a who does what? Cultivation of land by own labor, family labor, or by servants on wages, or by hired laborer under personal or family supervision. People, who are the people who are agriculturists? He can be an individual or a Hindu undivided family. Either himself is sweating, or he is getting his family to work, or he and his family are watching and servants are working on wages. Then I'll be a agriculturist. People, who is an agriculturist? Everyone with me? Individual or HUF, who is sweating himself in, or family labor, or he and his family are watching and people are working, then he is an agriculturist. And remember, agriculturist, whatever he grows and sells, he will never be liable for registration. Are we all clear with this point? Can we go ahead, everyone? Tell me one thing, who are the people not liable for registration? I know you guys are tired, so am I. If you guys don't talk, everyone here, section number 23(1), who are the people not liable? 23(1), who are going ahead and supplying those goods on which there is no GST only, not liable only, wholly exempt. You don't have to take this. If I am an agriculturist, I don't have to take registration. Are we clear, everyone? Next. Now, please come to the right side, section number 24. Section number 24 goes ahead and talks about people who are required compulsory. Now, they are telling whatever is told in section number 21, put it in the dustbin. Section number 21 mein 40 lakh, 20 lakh and all, put it in the dustbin, forget it. Notwithstanding means forget it. And they are telling these people are required compulsory. Everyone sit straight. Sit straight. I know you guys are a little tired. 10 minutes more. We'll complete this 24 and then go. Okay, everyone? You think I am talking? You are listening. People sitting at home, are we ready? Can we go ahead, everyone? Let's do it, everyone. Chalo. Now, section number 24, which is there, section number 24, one is person making interstate taxable supply. If you are supplying from one state to compulsory, louder, compulsory. Section number 24 may again government used the power under section number 22 and gave some exemption. Are we clear, everyone? Everyone over here. Very, very important from exam point of view is section number 24. 23, 20, 22, 23 and 24. One question, 5 to 7 marks will come. Please remember, it can also happen that you can see one question of 5 marks, 1, 2 marks ka question also coming from here. Because 22 say they can ask, aggregate turnover say they can ask from 24 also. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, person making interstate supply. Now listen to me very carefully. Interstate supply, you have to take compulsory. But then supplier of services vendors, we don't want to take registration. Government told, okay, fine, get lost. Government told, no problem. Interstate supplier of services, if you are doing up to 20 lakh or 10 lakh, we will give you exemption. If you are there in M square NT and you are supplying from one state to another services, up to what limit? 10 lakh. If you are supplying goods, good, services, supplier of goods, compulsory. But then again, handicraft goods wala came. Sir, we are handicraft goods wala supplier. We are selling supposedly from one state to another and you are telling compulsory. Please don't tell us to take compulsory. Government told, okay, handicraft goods wala supplier who are making those handicraft goods which are predominantly made by. Remember, the limit is only 20 lakh N. If you are in M square NT supplying from one state to another, how much is the limit for you? 10 lakh. If you are in Pumas of Telangana and Oak of Himachal Pradesh, 40 lakh limit is not there. Exemption is only up to 20 lakh. If you are in Oak of Himachal Pradesh, selling handicraft goods outside the state also, how much limit will be there? 20. 40 lakh tak exemption is not given. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, and other goods then? Okay, I am in the state of Karnataka, selling mouse from one state to another state. Baba, not that real mouse, this mouse. Limit compulsory. Are we clear? Selling mic. Done, everyone? Compulsory registration. Is my first point clear to all of you? If you are selling handicraft or craftsman goods which are predominantly made by hand, 20 lakh, 10 lakh a limit. If you are selling services, then also 20 lakh, 10 lakh a limit. Is the first one 100% clear? Interstate supplier, compulsory registration. Supplier of service then exempted up to 20 or 10 lakh. Supplier of goods, handicraft goods, 20 lakh or 10 lakh. Other goods, they will tell you in the exam. Raghav is a person going ahead and selling from one state to another. Handicraft goods which are made by machine, 75%. Machines are 75, predominantly by hand or predominantly by machine. Which case you will fall? 1, 2 or 3? 3. Very good. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Second, casual taxable. You remember casual taxable person? You are coming from one state to another state. In that state where you are coming, you don't have a fixed establishment. Correct, everyone? Now, in this scenario, you are a casual taxable person. So, for an example, Delhi say one person came to Karnataka for a trade fair. Correct, everyone? For a exhibition he came. He will do the exhibition. Casually he'll come. Casually he'll run away. Government told you have to take compulsory. But then some people started crying again, and hence government told for whom? Person, casual taxable person making interstate supply of handicraft goods exempted up to 20 lakh or 10 lakh. The next one, if you are a person, today we learned people have to pay GST under RCM. Wherever we learn, no, people have to pay GST under RCM. How will I pay GST under RCM? I have to take compulsory registration. Next. So, but tell me one thing. I'll ask you. I am a director in a company. Who will pay the GST always for me? Company will pay GST under. So, company has to take compulsory registration under section number. Director. Even if his turnover crosses 40 lakh, service, no, 20 lakh, he is still exempted. He don't have to take registration only up to 20 lakh. Not up to 20. He is exempted under section number 23. That is what is told over here. Person making the taxable supply where the tax is payable under RCM has been. So these people have to take compulsory registration and these people will be exempted. Are we clear, everyone? Can we go ahead? Next. You remember 9.5 e-commerce operator? Section number 9.5. Ola, Uber, aggregators basically. Whenever e-commerce operator under section, which services, everyone? Car, transportation, housekeeping, accommodation, restaurant. Now those e-commerce operator, how will they collect and pay? They have to take compulsory. Notified services are THAR. Next. You remember CTP? CTP was coming from other state. If supposingly it is a non-resident coming from other country who does not have a fixed place of business in India or he does not have a residence in India, then he is what, everyone? NRTP. NRTP also has to take compulsory. Are we clear, everyone? NRTP also has to take compulsory. TDS deductor. Baba, TDS deductor. In the TDS ka chart, we will be learning about it. TDS deductor. Whenever government will be there. So you are a supplier, you have supplied to the government department being the TDS deductor, they have to deduct TDS and for that they have to take compulsory registration. More discussion about TDS deductor we'll do in the chapter of TDS. Then, sir, tell me one thing. People, there is a person. On his behalf, I am selling. I am an agent of a person who is a registered person. Principal sends the goods to me. I sell the goods in my invoice. If I am an agent of a principal who is a registered person, I have to take compulsory. Are we clear? It is told person making taxable supply on behalf of other taxable person as an agent. So it means whenever your principal is a taxable person, I have to take compulsory registration. Now here there is a example over here. Circular is there. I will go ahead and ask you. You know agriculturist, everyone? Agriculturist. Listen. Now, supposingly, this is APMC agent, Agricultural Produce Marketing Committee ka agent. His work is to buy the goods from him and sell it further. So, he is an agent over here. This guy is the principal. Okay. Now, my question over here is, this guy is the agent, this guy is the principal. Is agriculture required registration? Louder. Are they registered person? Is he required compulsory registration? Is my point clear to all? Secondly, whenever an APMC agent is buying and selling, he will take commission from these people also. So his main income is what? Commission. Arey, he is issuing the invoice in his name. Plus, he is also charging commission to both of them, no? You know, whenever an APMC agent sells goods and charges a commission, his services pay GST is not there only. My question to you guys is, people, if I am an APMC agent and I am selling goods and charging commission and my commission pay, there is no GST only. First of all, am I required compulsory registration? Secondly, if I am supplying those services on which GST is only not there, will I have to take registration even if my turnover process 20 lakh or 10 lakh rupees? So it means an APMC agent, commission agent under APMC making supplies on behalf of agriculture is not a taxable. So he will not be liable for compulsory registration. Also, their services are exempt from GST, hence not liable, because section number 23(1)(a) went ahead and told if you are not liable, then you don't have to take registration. Are we clear, everyone? Which section is liable? You are not liable. Okay, 1 minute. You are not liable because which section went ahead and told you are not liable? Section number 23(1)(a). You are not liable under which section? Section number 22. 24 में compulsory registration also you are not liable. 22 में the turnover wala limit is also not applicable. Why? Because 23 told when you are supplying those services which are exempted, then you don't have to take. Are we clear about this APMC agent, everyone? My question to you guys, first of all, is it required compulsory registration? Why no? Agriculture is not a registered person only. Only if my boss is a registered person, I have to take compulsory. Second point, his commission pay, there is no GST. When commission pay GST is not there, section number 22, will it be applicable? So as per section number 23(1)(a), when your services pay, there is no GST only, do you have to take registration? Are we all clear with this point? Can I go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is, see here, it talks about the next point, which is person supplying other than supplies under section number 9(5). People, do you remember other than 9(5) wala supplies? What are other than section number 9(5) wala supplies? Okay. I'll do one thing. No. I'm thinking, because it's a part of the amendment, to teach you little in detail tomorrow. Means to revise a little in detail because there is a amendment ka part. Okay. Done. This part which is there, we'll be discussing it tomorrow. Okay, everyone. I'll stop my class till here. I'll do one thing. I'll stop my class till here. Listen. People, listen. Today at home, section number 22, 23, 24. Charge of GST and composition. You have to do questions. 24 में these two part which I have left it, no? I'm not doing it now because you guys seem to be little tired. I wanted to do it properly, so I'll do it tomorrow at the beginning of the class because you guys will be fresh. Done, everyone? Chalo, I hope you guys enjoyed the class. Please do question answers. Please revise and then come for tomorrow's class. Tomorrow we'll complete registration. We'll do half of exemption also. Registration will get over and half of exemptions will get over. Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Have a great day. People watching at home, love you all. Bye. Take care. Bye, people. Please do question answers. People at home, please do question answers. Please do question answers before coming for class. Please do question answers. Bye, everyone. Bye.